be like, what do you mean it's not working?
All right, we're back.
All right.
I have audio now.
All right. Yeah, Cook Shakur, sorry.
So
Mike's back.
I'm going to assume that it was the update that I did Thursday. So the Thursday update caused that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we want to give a rest in peace to Joey Jordison. I played Slipknot, which no one will hear on the audio podcast that we put this out in because we had a failure. So we're going to maybe play a little Slipknot maybe for a mid-break.
Yeah, why not?
And then Dusty at the end.
Got it.
That's what we're going to do. Anyway, Radio Underground, episode 108. I'm Mike. That is Al.
Yes.
And Brian.
So does the YouTube link stay the same, or we had that's starting over too?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
Everything's the same.
Good. That's all I care about.
So they'll hear it cut out and then come back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. So
that just shows authenticity.
That was as close to panic as you'll ever hear me.
That the board was fried, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought if it's cables, no problem. I have extra cables. Even if it's mics, I'm not broke.
What's the warranty on that thing? Like, is it got
I think it's over.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You didn't add. You bought it, but there was no extra.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what kind of if they give you more than that, or I have no idea what they give.
You know what needed a warranty is my Samsung TV.
How old was that?
Actually, it was 5 or 6 years old.
Oh,
yeah, it was past
But I have
warranty.
to tell because we did the rest in peace to the Honorable Joey Jordison, fantastic drummer. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second, but I got to tell my TV story.
Yeah.
So we had those big storms where we had tornadoes and everything.
Yep.
So tornadoes were ripping through north of here and everything, and I knew that I had to unplug all my electronics. We had the sirens going and everything. I was like, well, I know I'm not going to get hit with a tornado, but I got to protect my products.
Yeah.
So I went to fit. That's a new TV. That's my Bravia, which I love. But
Oh yeah.
I went to go behind the Samsung Curved, and where I'm so fat, when I went to unplug it from the surge protector, my left shoulder pushed it off that. It pushed it off it, and it's cracked the fucking screen.
Yeah.
So I had to go buy that.
So what you're saying is you couldn't fit between the wall and the TV.
Nope, you'd have been fine. But I destroyed the TV. Got a big crack along the right side.
Yeah.
So, and I had to buy and at first I didn't like this TV because it comes with a bug where it makes the game mode really dim. I was like, no! I got paid. I don't want to say what I paid for this. I'm like, I paid all this money. It's dim. But there's actually a bug, and you have to
update the firmware.
Yeah, and it's okay. But man, I had a stressful week with electronics.
Yeah. I've also, because as you guys may know, I dabble in downloading things.
You dabble in downloading porn.
Downloading, well, movies and
yes.
Snuff where they kill them at the end.
And some people call it pirating.
Yeah.
I call it not pirating. I just want to watch shit. I think I talked about it when it happened, but I got in trouble with my internet service provider back in the day because I was downloading stuff. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
It was like April.
Wait, you would they give you like 29 times or something?
94.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, well, 95's.
That's it. That's right.
I'm like, why is this such an arbitrary number?
The magic number. I knew it was like a weird magic number.
And if you get to 95, that's it. Like,
the guy that
why'd you pick the number 95?
The guy that set the number, his wife fucked his neighbor in 1995.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, that's how many times he caught his wife cheating.
I hit number 95.
Yeah. So you're in trouble.
No, I got canceled. I have no internet.
What team did they really?
I have no internet at my house. My kids are going fucking insane.
Well, yeah.
So we're just, we have hotspots on the phone.
There you go.
Using that. We have smart TV, so I can just do that. But they went through all their hotspot stuff. I kept telling them, like, you can't use those all the time. It's going to run out.
Right.
They get 5 gig. You get 5 gig per line per month.
That's like telling a junkie, you're like, dude, don't use it all at once.
Don't do heroin.
Here is a whole syringe of heroin.
You got to moderate.
But please only use like a quarter of it at a time.
Moderate.
I mean, I likened it to like giving your dog all of its food from the bag at one time. And it's like, just eat a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
like the dog's going to listen to you.
And the dog's like,
fuck you. So yeah, we have no internet. So I have to make the change to the evil empire of internet. Yeah, I have to move over to the other guys because I literally can't get internet through.
Basically,
wow.
like I wanna.
It's all Craig's fault, by the way. Craig asked me to download something. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh yeah.
And my
curse you.
That's why
my VPN shut off.
That's why I finally kicked him out.
Yeah, curse you heathen child.
He asked me to do it, but I had my VPN on, but for some reason it turned off during the download. So they're like, "Yep, we got him."
Curse you heathen child.
Well, that was our final fight before he. I wouldn't say kicked him out before he left, really.
Yeah.
But when he was here, he was downloading stuff. I told him to stop because I got the threatening letter, "Don't be downloading." And I did it too. I'm not saying that I wasn't guilty.
But you stopped probably.
But I stopped, and then I saw like there was 14 different ones, and yeah, we got an argument.
I stopped for a while too, and then the VPN was working real good. I'm like, that's great. I'll just keep using that to block.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just for some reason it was off when I was downloading Batman: The Long Halloween. At least it was something cool. I mean, it wasn't like they got me for like one of my old ones.
Jeepers
was like,
Creepers 8 or something. Yeah.
I won't download that shit. I got like, but they're like, and the lady was like
Ghost Shark.
The lady's obviously younger because she's naming off movies. She's like, some movies named Old School or Tommy Boy. I don't know what that is. I'm like, you don't know what Tommy Boy is? What are you, 8?
Deer Hunt Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Don't know Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Rad?
Well, now.
No, I know you bought that.
Yeah. I still downloaded it too, though.
See, you're an addict.
I didn't want to rip it. I was like, somebody else had already done the work with all their technology. I'll just take it from that. But yeah, so we have no internet in my house right now.
Wow. So have you like made the call to the evil empire?
Yeah, and they gave me the self-activation, which is fine because I still had the line running in the house.
Right.
All I had to do was hook it up, switch the wire from one to the other.
You get the
Except,
line in.
And it doesn't work.
Right.
A tech has to come out on Thursday.
And so here's the self-activation shit. Oh, but we still got to send the tech out because
it
never works.
Nothing has changed.
Every single fucking time I have listened to somebody say, "Oh yeah, you just get all the shit and you just activate that, you do it all yourself." And every time they're like, "Motherfucker," and they got to call and they got to have somebody come out.
Yep. So that's what's happening to me, and it's on this Thursday. So it went out Wednesday because I messaged you and I asked if you were having issues because a lot of people were. And they were, but I wasn't one of those people having an issue. I was having an issue.
Right.
They shut me down. I was like, I'll just log into my account and see what happens. And it's like, this account's no longer active. I'm like, fuck.
Oh. Yeah, we were having a lot of.
I waited to tell my wife too. It was like the
big.
next day. I'm like, yeah. They canceled us. She's like, what? I waited like 24 hours before I told her.
We had a lot of issues with at work.
Yeah.
For the girls up front, and we have like a couple of computers we have to log jobs into, and we kept having issues. And then one day, so at break, I'm out at the brake truck, and I look, and our cable guys are fixing our system, and it's wow. And I'm like, oh, well, there's the problem right there.
They have had some outages this summer too. It's been a lot, and that's why I assumed it was just something going on there, but not this time.
Well, I'm
getting Xfinity for the same price.
Yeah,
actually, I'm getting Xfinity for cheaper.
Well, like this,
because you know why? I have kids, and they give out federal grants to people who have kids in school, so they're paying my internet bill. For
mom and dad have kids. I'm a kid.
Well, you're not in school. You got to be in public schools. So
I'll just sign up.
I'm gonna end up paying.
I never got my diploma.
Well, because
don't fuck with me, retard.
so internet was $60. Then he gave me $10 off for doing auto pay, and then the government's paying $50. So I'm just gonna have to pay tax on that shit.
By the way, that was the lady at Xfinity. That's what she said to me when I told her, well, I was going back to public school for my diploma.
Can you get a diploma?
At 48.
Can you get a diploma after you already got your GED?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you want to Billy Madison it? I'll go all the way back through. Just give me a real diploma.
You got to redo it.
I would have to do the same thing though. So whatever.
Don't you have your GAD?
My GAD.
I don't know how that works with like how the way you got it. Like when I got it, mine was used for credits towards high school, so I could use it. I could go and still get my high school diploma.
Well, because I scored so high in one of them, I can actually use it as a college credit.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the thing.
But then math, I barely passed.
Remember,
my diploma was a game time decision.
Yeah.
Remember, I got called. The lady called me. Like they were just supposed to send me a letter to tell me, hey, when it got whether I passed or not.
Yeah.
The lady called. I was living at Ron's, and she's like, she called over there, and she's like, I need to speak to Mr. Dunlap, and shit.
My dad doesn't live here.
Yeah. I just gave my last name out to the whole world.
Oh man, you doxed us. Oh no.
No one knows.
So anyway,
no one knows or cares who we are.
So anyway,
they all knew already.
We can actually go back in and blurb that out. I think, right?
No, we're not going to do that.
You can actually do beeps with this.
Can you?
Yeah, but
Let's do random beeps and just spots that don't make sense. We'll be just talking about random shit, and you can just hit beep, and it sounds like we swore for no reason.
Even if you say something innocent, you know what I hate about this neighborhood is all the beep.
Yeah,
but again,
people.
What did you say? Well, we said fireworks.
Yeah.
I just remember
what
that
I want out here is all the beep off my.
I just remember that lady calling me and then setting up an appointment. And I'm going, oh, okay, and I go in there and I go up to this junior high school where I took it at, and she's like, well, I was just curious. Why you took the GED? I'm like, because I want to go to trade school. She's like, well, why didn't you finish school? I'm like, because I go, why are you asking me these questions? And she's like, because you aced this except for one question. She's like, you got one question wrong on the science. And I'm like,
science,
okay. She goes, you got 198%.
You got one question wrong on the science.
And she's like, why?
Science.
And she's like, why? She's like, why didn't you graduate? I go, because I hate school.
Yeah.
I go, I live on my own, but but it was really easy then, though.
It'd been a lot cooler if you would have said, she called me in and she talked to me. She's like, so how'd you cheat on this test?
Yeah, right. That would have been sweet.
I'm the only person that admits to being bad at school because I'm an idiot. Everybody else, I didn't care. I knew better than everybody around me.
Yeah.
Everybody has.
It wasn't challenged enough.
It wasn't me. He's like, no, I was a fucking moron. I can barely read now.
I literally hated going to school. It sucked, and I hated it.
Well, I mean, look.
I think I was 24 when I read my first book, literally.
In 8th grade, I got put in a special class. Why was that? Because I didn't even read the MEP test. I just fucking filled in all the fucking.
Yeah.
I did so horrible on that MEP test because I didn't read it. All I did was mark the Scantron.
Yeah.
And turned it in.
Good old.
I made like a zigzag all the way down it. My mom was like,
probably got like a C anyway, right?
No, it was really bad. My mom was so like embarrassed when they took me and said they were going to put me in this special class with 10 kids. My mom was like, what is wrong? I know that, here I was a straight A student all through elementary school.
Yeah.
Write the number 14. That's your
final exam.
Frank went to the project.
That was Frank.
There was
Chris
a question.
Was the valedictorian.
Chris was the valedictorian of the dumb kids, and one of the questions was write the number 14.
I hope Chris is listening.
Seriously, because when I went there, I did really well, but
you know how you had the NCAA tournament? What's the other one?
The NIT.
Chris won the NIT.
Yeah,
but you know what though? I have to give him props. He actually stuck it out. I didn't. I just didn't go.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Ben went. Ben was the first guy I knew that went, but he went and then came back to high school.
Oh, okay. Got himself straightened out.
Well, yeah, like basically by doing that.
Hi, Chris.
There he is. Of course, we're talking.
Mike said it. Mike,
valedictorian of the dumb kids.
But you stuck it out. I didn't. I just didn't want to go to school anymore.
No.
It's like being the best-looking guy in London.
I have the best smile in all of England.
I went there for the 1 year.
I'm the thinnest man in Wisconsin.
And then
they're all fat.
And then then they let me back in. They let me back in the high school.
Why?
Well, they wouldn't let me back in. That's why I went to Project Ideal.
Yeah.
Then they let me back in the next year, and then I got booted.
Yeah.
Pretty much right away.
You got to get out of here. You can read.
Yeah, well, it was the one principal.
Yeah.
With
Wheels.
Yeah, wheels.
Oh, yeah. Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah. The funny thing, well, it was funny.
It was
When he hurt himself, they were all getting hammered that night. That's the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he jumped in the shallow end and jammed his vertebrates there.
Yep.
And
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I know about him because, Neil's mom, after his secretary died, she was like his caretaker too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so like Neil's mom took over for a while. And the dude's like was like a total pig.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
How big was he?
No, just a pig. He was like a fucking, he was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably had a fucking log that didn't work.
Didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Mike, do you remember when he got that new van and it didn't work right and he got stuck in the van?
I'm pretty sure that the day that
He couldn't get out for hours.
I remember he asked Trace to help him get in his van.
Oh, no.
Trace is like, Trace. It's not so much that he was crippled. It was that Trace's hair, his frill. Trace is like pushing him in.
Because he basically, there was no driver's seat in that van. It just basically when he did it, he backed up and he went to the ramp, door opened up and he went down the ramp.
You guys remember Tommy?
Oh, yeah. He came out the side.
But the door wouldn't open.
Yeah.
And no one knew he was in there for the first hour. And they finally got him, and they had to figure out what happened. There was a fuse or something, but they had finally figured it out, and they got the doors open and got him out. He's in there for like 2 hours by the time they were done.
This was before cell phones.
Yeah, this is like 96.
Yeah. So,
oh man, it was so good. And then do you remember when he got his arm and his leg broken? Because
to set the scene, guys, this is our vice principal / dean of he was like did all the disciplinary action or school.
Yeah.
The guy at one time could walk. He was paralyzed, and
yes,
so bad.
So they were downtown or something, and somebody dropped him off in his. They had to take his van, and they got into apparently there was some way for them to sit in it, but they want to move it after they dropped him off, and they didn't know how the controls work because all the controls were on the steering wheel, the accelerator and everything, and they hit it, and they backed up, and they hit him and knocked him out of his chair, and he broke his arm and his leg.
Oh my god! I believe
so mean.
I remember the van.
We're going to hell.
The van.
He's the reason a lot of people left.
He's the reason I left high school too, Chris. Because basically, when I told him I'm an emancipated minor. I can call in for myself if I want, Marty. That's what I said to him, and he goes, "Excuse me." I go, "What, Marty?" He didn't like that. That pretty much pissed him right off. He's like, "No."
You were one of the first kids in our district to get
Saturday suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like forever the black guy that made you do push-ups?
Dr. Heron.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, he never made me do push-ups. He was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you talk though, like if you talk,
did you have to bring a reading book?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I did. I swear to God, I had one in my bag, and I got there, and he's like, "Where's your reading book?" I always had a fucking reading book, always for everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Got one?" I'm like, "No, I don't know where it was. I know I put it in my backpack." He's like, "All right, get out." I'm like, "What?"
He had the deep was. Y'all gonna do some push-ups?
He made me leave. He's like, "Nope, you got to do it next Saturday." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I want you.
Oh yeah. That's the other thing.
Do you remember Mr. Perkins?
Yeah, I do.
And his name was Sam Perkins.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
If y'all are 71, I'm gonna have y'all read this right now. Shut up, Mr. Justice. He was pointing.
That was a pretty good impersonation.
Yeah, that was.
Chris said he suspended me. This is the principal. For 3 days for smoking. Everyone that knows me knows that I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Exactly.
And I never understood that. Like, if you skip school, they're like, "You skip school. Why'd you skip school?" "I don't like school." "Okay, you're suspended from school for 3 days." Like, what the fuck is the point in that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want to be here anyways.
Your punishment is to leave.
When I got that Saturday,
the punishment need to be you had to be here more.
When I got that Saturday, you know how pissed off I was? I walked in, I'm like, I'm going to get the rest of this week off. And guess what he did? "Oh, you're going to be here Saturday." He goes, we got this new program called
Bender, 4 more.
We got this new program, these Saturday suspensions. I'm like, no fucking way, man.
Yep.
So you could have a deal like, dude, take your, because you would get the out of school suspension. You find your buddy, let's just fight. If we fight, we get time off. Let's just fucking hit me.
Yeah.
But when they came out with that Saturday shit, it's way worse. Because then, like, more school is the punishment.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I never understood that. That's so stupid.
Yeah, we're gonna punish you by taking you away from where you hate.
It's like at work. My one boss, he like, you know, like if people, his discipline, I'm gonna give him a couple days off. Why? He just missed a whole week of work. Yeah, you're gonna give him a couple days off.
If anything, you need to give him 12s. Like you're working 5 12s, bro.
Yeah,
you give him all the hard jobs.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You know, I mean, unless it's like this. If you miss the first 2 days of work and then they go, all right, I'm getting sick of this, and then they give you the rest of the week off, then you got no paycheck.
Yeah,
that hurts. But like, if you tell me, for being, for being insubordinate, I'm giving you a couple days off. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, asshole.
Some of the dumbest punishments ever. If you keep doing this, Kelly from accounts payable is going to suck you off. Yeah. You understand me?
But
I got to get my life straight.
It was funny. He tried. I remember my boss trying this with the one guy. He doesn't work there anymore, but he's like, he goes, yeah, but he's giving him 3. He was giving him 3 days off, but he tried to spread it out and go, oh no, you're going to work this day, you're going to be off this day, and you're going to be out. He goes, listen, motherfucker, you're going to give me my 3 days off, or I'm never coming back in this motherfucker. and the guy knows his shit too, so he fucking gave him like the last 2 days of the week off or something like that.
So you got like a 4-day weekend?
Yeah.
Your punishment is a 4-day weekend.
Because we couldn't afford to lose the fucking guy, so he had to. It chapped his ass too that he had to do that.
We need to turn that into a skit, like you sit the kid down, like, guess what? Miss Maxim's gonna come in here and rub her big old titties on your face. Yeah, because you won't behave.
Your 14-year-old kid. Oh gosh, no.
And she's like, do you like that? You little faggot.
You know what you're gonna get for getting caught watching porn on a. I'm gonna bring her.
It was like when they used to punish you. It was like they caught you smoking,
so they make you smoke a whole carton.
Well, you're masturbating. I'm gonna have a chick come in here and give you a hand job. That's your punishment.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to masturbate in front of her, nude. Of course, she will be nude.
She's nude, right?
Yeah.
Miss Smith across the street, we're going to walk her voluptuous body across here, and she's going to ride your little perverted ass.
Yeah. I'm going to teach you.
Oh, you like fucking chicks, eh? Oh, okay, we'll see about that. Yeah. Get on here and ride him.
Oh, you like doing drugs?
Show him who's boss.
You like doing drugs? Here's a whole pound of meth, boy. Smoke up, Johnny.
Oh, you like doing drugs and partying? Here's Conor McGregor. You're going to party with him. How do you like it now? You and Conor McGregor. How do you like it?
Here's a bottle of his whiskey.
Give you a dose of that proper 12.
Start drinking.
Oh, you like treating women like shit? Here's a harem. How do you like it? They're going to dominate you. How do you like that?
Oh, man.
We could just do a skit, could go on forever.
Oh, yeah.
Literally nonstop.
There's no end.
Oh, all the
endless possibilities.
Yeah, yes.
You want to skip school?
The possibilities are endless.
You want to skip school and go to Cedar Point? We're flying you to Six Flags.
Well, we could even do it like an improv, so people could just keep shouting shit from the audience and stuff.
Do it.
Oh, you like girls, huh? You like looking at girls? Here we go. We're going to send you away to the bunny ranch to straighten your ass out, you little punk. You like bitches, punk?
Here's all the models from the swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated.
God, that'd be great.
Oh, you like staring at them gymnasts, huh? We're going to fly you to Tokyo. We're going to show you a thing or two, you bitch. You're going to get your shit lined up. Are you tired? Oh, you like laying around all day? How about this comforter right here?
Right.
Yeah, the punishments never fit.
Never.
It's like nowadays, go to your room. That's not a punishment at all.
Oh, man.
All his shit's in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
All you got to do, modern punishment is just hit no phone, no Xbox, nothing, right?
Yeah, we learned that.
That's all you got to do. You don't even have to hit them.
Yeah, I used to tell, like, even like 10, 15 years ago, I mean, video games have been popular for a long time. People would talk about their kids like all they wanted to do. I go, well, if you want to punish them outside. I mean, that's it.
You're saying a modern kid outside, they melt.
Make them go outside and play.
They melt.
Make them get on their bike and fucking ride.
Can a modern kid touch tree bark without burning, like with their skin hurt? What will it do to it? Like, someone's got to do a test. You got to sacrifice your child. Get your, like, say you got a 14, 13-year-old teenager, like, rake bark. Like, could they handle it? Like,
right?
Like, will damage their skin, or
My kids, when I tell them it's time to go outside and go do yard work, when they get outside, they're like hiss like they're vampires walking out into the sun.
Talking about me here.
No, they're not that bad.
So you're gonna go out there and do the lawn. That's a real puncher. No.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't play the Lotto 47 today.
It came in and won.
Somebody won.
Son of a bitch.
And so
I played today.
I'm going to basically say that it was one of my easy picks that some asshole got.
They got the next in line.
And they got $18.4 million because it was one motherfucking winner.
Minus the government's cut, that's like $3 million. Yeah. It's more than that.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I've been trying to get out of working for a while now.
Got to keep trying.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm gonna keep
up.
trying. I'm not gonna.
Never give up.
Nope.
Never surrender.
Nope.
Yeah. Never give up. Don't ever give up.
Yeah,
Don't ever
in
surrender.
the words of the great Corey Hart, Sir Corey Hart.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
You guys never saw that episode? The Canadian royal wedding, South Park.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, there he is, Sir Brian Adams, Sir Corey Hart.
They would knight him too.
They both showed up wearing crowns.
I wanted to talk. So you brought up Canada, and it reminded me of the Canadian wildfire pollution.
Yeah.
Now,
So is that what's going on?
not now. That was last week.
Is that why we had the blood sun?
Yeah,
Yes.
we had a blood sun, and the one day I was mowing the. I think it was.
We had blood moon too, right? So blood in, blood out.
Yeah, we have blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday after we did the show, and like I drank a little bit. I'm like, man, I really got to stop this drinking. It's killing me because I'm out there. I can't breathe, and my heart. I checked my pulse ox. I had good oxygen, but my pulse was like 130 after just mowing, like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like I did sprints. Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong? I could feel it like pounding, and I felt like hell. Well, I have asthma.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't have like a full-on I can't breathe that just affects the cardiovascular and everything, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, I feel like shit. And if you look at your air quality, it doesn't affect you healthy normies. So if you look at air quality on your phone app, anything really beyond a 60, you start wheezing a little bit. Mm-hmm. It was like 120.
It was really bad.
It was fucking horrible.
That's the AQI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I asked my mom, like, Ma, are you okay? Because she's way worse than me. And she's like, yeah, but it's those Canadian wild, and all that Canadian death wind came down here.
Fucking Canadians.
You guys caused it again, as you would say, up there.
So,
because the Canadian jet stream brings us winter.
Yes.
yeah.
Because we're not that far from the equator.
Also,
really.
they're to blame for winter also?
So they have
Canadian jet stream from Hudson Bay, because there's no mountains between us and Hudson Bay, and we get creamed.
So what about the
I knew what I was
wildflowers? Wildfires?
Wildfires.
They have wildfires up
Say
there?
it, wild.
Yeah.
Wildfires?
It doesn't have to be super hot to be dry.
And those are actually
Yeah.
further out west too.
Yeah.
As far as I
Yeah.
remember.
But it swooped down perfectly.
it's perfect.
Well, because like
get a urine
Neil
sample.
and I were talking about it. I go, yeah, dude, that's exactly how that looked last year when we were having this issue. And I think it was, remember last year we were getting like that blood sun looking.
Yeah.
And it was,
California.
that was California's.
Yep.
And I was like, well, California, that's what I assumed it was. I did not realize that there was Canadians doing it also.
There's Canadian wildfires. There was. They got it under control
So
faster. than we did.
Canadians are burning down their shit, and Californians are still burning down their shit.
I think it was a gender reveal party,
right
probably.
in Canada too.
But sure, why not? Maybe it was for the
Well,
NHL draft or something.
Do they have genders in Canada?
They have two, I think.
They do.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how it works.
Their heads are like separated and
I'm gonna
stuff
change
too.
it.
So
I think it was a NHL draft party,
that's what. Yeah,
and it caused a wildfire.
yeah.
They're all excited for the draft coming up.
I mean, like they don't, their heads aren't even connected or anything, and they drive cars with square wheels. So I didn't know if they had genders or not.
Yeah, it's true. But that was what was called.
Yes, I'm making fun of you Canadians.
That was what was called Blood Moon and Blood Sun.
Yeah,
Blood In, Blood Out. Good movie. Blood In, Blood Out. I've seen it once. From the 90s.
I know something's driving my eye nuts, so it must be the Canadian wildfires.
Oh, probably is.
They're causing it.
My eyes itching like fucking crazy.
Or it's my American cat.
Could be. Maybe. Yeah. Is your cat?
Cats.
Does your cat have some Canadian in it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they have cats in Canada? Yes, they do. They do. They have cats and dogs in Canada.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
I just remember Terrence and Phillip had a cat and a dog at their house.
Oh, that's right.
Guys, I don't know why I've been getting heartburn.
Oh, God. It's giving me heartburn just looking at it.
It smells like Big Red chewing gum, but
you're drinking Big Red, yeah.
It's Big Red.
Well, over in Norway they banned it because they said that the process of how they make it is the same as how they make antifreeze.
Really?
Yeah, so they banned this was when that shit first started getting popular. I read it before I ever even drank it, and then I drank it once, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I did. I heard something about the processing of that. It's like exactly how they torture souls in hell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
where you get the fire and the brimstone from.
That's
and
a bad process, as they would say up in Canada.
Yes.
It's a horrible process.
Yes.
So,
poutine. I'm just throwing out Canadian
Brian,
terms.
I wanted to talk about, since we're talking about my breathing and my pain, I wanted to talk about your pain.
Uh-oh.
Last week, your sinuses were acting up. What happened with that?
Yeah, I don't know if it was just because remember the weather changed again and we had a lot of rain, but it got cooler all of a sudden.
Wildfires.
It was hot and then it got cool, just like it did this week. It was hot and got cool, and I was a little stuffed up today, but I think it's the same thing. My daughter's has a sinus infection. She's been fighting it for 9 or 10 days now.
Yeah,
she's been miserable.
Yeah, Kate's older son. He's having issues with it.
Yeah, no, it's been bad.
It's going around. Happened to a couple coworkers. My thing is, every morning I wake up, I think I have COVID.
Yeah,
because when I wake up, I can't smell or taste because my sinuses drain.
Yep.
And the pressure.
That's what it is.
And I wake up and I'm like, I got COVID. Okay, there's no other pain, but I got COVID.
Well, I do nose spray every night before bed.
And the saline solution or saline?
It's actually it is slightly Alleraflow. So it's like Flonase, but it's over the counter. And you get 5-pack from Costco for like $20, whatever. But Donovan has to use it. So I'll just do a squirt in each nostril, that's what they're called, every night before bed. And then when I get up in the morning and take my hot shower, it kind of just helps stuff drain out.
Does it help you? Does it get you high?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Doesn't get you high.
No. I've had a little bit of stuffiness a couple times when I woke up this past week, but I think that that could be even though I have all the vents shut downstairs, the basement's cold as hell when the AC's on.
Yeah. And I think that's been it too, is because we turned off the AC and opened up the windows last weekend, and then we had the rain kicked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That almost tornado.
Oh, yeah.
And the wildfires.
So we've had a lot of stuff going on.
We had wildfires and a tornado both.
Isn't there
a firestorm?
Isn't there a 70s song called Wildfire?
Yeah.
Can you find that and play it for us? That'd be great.
No, don't play that. It's from Bubble Boy.
Oh, that song, yeah.
Yeah, because that was his mom back in the day before she became all Jesus-y.
Yep. Danny Trejo had tattoo.
Like, Wildfire.
Bubble Boy is one of the most underrated movies ever.
Oh, it is. It's such a great movie. Don't live in regret, essay.
My kids did not want to watch it. I finally made them, and they enjoyed it.
Oh, it's so awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Talk about joy and pain.
Oh, gosh.
They can't take it. They just fake it. They want the how, the raw bass.
That's what they did, a hip-hop version of this.
You know the deal, because this is how the raw bass feel. Joy. Come on, pump it up. Pain. Pump it up now. Sunshine. What else? Come on. Rain.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a Slave song,
just
by the way.
That was just like Wildfire.
Yes.
We're talking about
sounded just like
So I've immediately thought of
Wildfire. Yeah.
no. Yeah, it's gonna burn through my brain like Wildfire. It's such a good song. And I didn't realize it was a slave song.
Joy and Pain.
Yeah, I didn't.
It is.
I had no clue.
I mean, it was like.
Can we call it that? Do we have to call it something else?
No.
Slave.
No. It's
A pre-emancipated person's song.
I'm trans slave.
So
I feel oppressed.
All right. So we got. So what's going on? You said something about this chip shortage.
There's a chip shortage.
Well, there's a chip shortage in general, and Brian, I didn't even know it's to the point.
Well, we're
where
not talking about potato chips.
No,
microchips.
Talking about
Microchips.
And it's actually been going on for. It started last year.
I thought I
but
remember
it's gotten
something
worse.
about it.
Well, it started.
Everything's catching up.
It started with COVID.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse, and we're probably going to go to war with China.
Yeah.
So it's just going to continue to be. But the thing is, okay, I'm not going to get into my conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, right.
I'll just avoid politics. I'll just say this. The likelihood of us getting anything cool for a while is going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, and you're gonna because it does factor into your TV purchase also.
Yeah,
because those same chips are in TVs now too. They are.
So in the chips, basically, it's a rare earth mineral that you got to get from Congo only, which is now controlled by China, and we go back and forth for being cool with them to wanting to kill them, then another one to kill us. Who's at fault? Kind of doesn't matter at this point. The point is, I can't get an Xbox Series X because of it.
Yeah.
And I cannot get. I'm not bought a car because of it. And I have luckily I got a TV.
Yep.
Before the price goes up on those, because the TV's got processors in them. Anything with a processor, that doesn't mean it could be your phone.
If they're smart TVs, they're using those chips.
Anything with a processor.
And so you can't get a Series X, but Series S is widely available.
It is.
Which is the one without the CD drive on it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
But did you download that app like Frank said? That Hot Stocks?
No, Frank and Phil both sent it to me, and I did the honorable thing and didn't download it.
You should, because like every couple days something will pop in, and if you're quick enough, you can get an Xbox in your cart from whatever retailer has it in stock. Because I had one in my cart, I just don't have the money to buy it. So I had one in my cart from Best Buy.
Don't tell me that.
So just download the app, Mike.
I gotta the thing is I'm in a truck driving, and I know what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna fucking wreck and kill a family to get an Xbox.
You might be right, because I swear the last 5 times it's happened, it's always around 2:45 to 3:15 in the afternoon, and you're probably still on the road.
Is the perfect time for ramming into a family and killing them.
Yeah, they're leaving school.
So it probably does
boom
directly correlate to a point
Send
where
little
you're
Johnny
still on the
airborne
road.
for my fucking Xbox.
Hey man,
well, you can give it to him as reparations, and then you won't get sued.
Yeah.
You're like,
So
all right, cool.
See, the thing
I
is,
can't walk again, but at least I got this Xbox.
that is going to be my last splurge.
Yeah,
is the Series X. Cars, like, I guess you can get a lease.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get a lease eventually, but
in my opinion, like especially for what you do, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, I mean, I know these cars are holding value and they want to give you more money for them and stuff, but the fact is that for what they cost, it's like, well, you can go in there and you can basically negotiate the price of a 3-year lease, pay them cash, and not have to pay, and probably get a better deal. And in 2 years, they're going to be like, hey, we want it because you don't put any miles on it.
I was just going to say
and
that.
then they're going to give you a better deal to get the next one, and you're just going to end up with a fucking brand new car every couple of years, and you're going to have barely anything out of pocket.
Guy at work, Hans, who's Albanian, not German.
Yeah. Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, it shocked me when I found out. I'm like, this guy has Nazi ties. And
Not Hansel.
It's Hans. He's from Albania.
Not Hansel.
He's one that doesn't know words of songs, and he sings them.
Right. Oh, yes. The Whistler.
And I'm on the train.
He's on the ticket to ride. It's on the train. And
speaks really good Italian, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's Albanian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's right across the
well,
sea.
a lot of them grew up in Italy.
And and his sister lives in Italy still.
Yeah, because I got 2 Albanians that work with me.
Back to the story.
Yep.
He has an Equinox, and he has a 3-year lease on this Equinox. He just started year 3 in June. It's still July. And they called him up, and they're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey. They're like, how's
used cars are worth a lot.
And they're like, do you want to bring that thing in? And he's like, I still have like a year left. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll take it. We'll give you a new one. We'll give you this cheap. And he's like, okay.
Sure.
But the thing is the color. And he's like, I don't want white. Same thing happened to Danielle's dad. He didn't want white, but he ended up with white. But yeah, like almost a full year in advance. And they're calling him up and wanting his car.
Yeah.
And he has a 10,000 mile a year lease. And he has 12,000 miles on that thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That this guy Steve that I used to drink with, he'd get a Dodge Ram. He'd get 2-year lease.
Dodge Ram.
He'd get the 3-year leases, and I'm not even kidding you. It wasn't even 2 years. It was like 20 months into it. They're like, "You want to get rid of it?" Because he didn't put any miles on it. It'd be like right after he'd go in for a freaking oil change, they would know how many miles were on it.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, "Hey, you want to get because they could turn around and sell the damn thing still for like $40,000 because he didn't put any miles on it, and like everything's brand new, you know." And he'd be like, "I only got 7,000 miles on it."
That's funny thing. Yeah. I think that this is them trying to tempt me, because when they came in here, I won't say why, but I told them, guys, I don't think I'm gonna get a car. Brian, did you get a car that can get us to Kentucky or trips? Like, yeah. I'm not getting a car there, but now you guys are like, these is serious doubt.
You still have to come with the money up front, though.
Yeah, but it's like building in equity.
I have it.
But exactly.
Seriously, it's like built-in equity.
If you have the money for the upfront and you're only driving that many miles.
Well, because a lot of people, what they do is they negotiate it into the price. And then they end up paying $300 and something a month, and then they never get away from that $300 and something every month. But you can go. These guys, all these guys at work, they all drive either Rams, which I would not recommend. I would recommend a Chevy. If you're going to get a truck,
I want something that's good. No, I want something that's good in the snow.
If you're going to get
all-wheel drive, Equinox, something like that.
But if you were like, I'm just saying, if you were going to get a truck, if you wanted a truck,
I don't want a truck.
You want a Chevy for sure, Silverado. But these guys all drive Silverados and they all drive Dodge Rams, and they're like, it's like $200 a month.
I'll never get a truck again, because the minute you get a truck, it's
everybody,
like, hey, I got a free.
Don't do it.
Hey, man, you can help me move.
That's why I'm glad I don't have the minivan, because the same thing. Like at work, they'd be like, hey, do you want to leave early, deliver this stuff? We'll pay you until the end of the day, and we'll give you mileage. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I don't feel like, but the thing is, I have to load this stuff up, then also take it there and unload it onto a cart and then wheel it inside this place.
And it's like
heavy? And it got to the point where I was taking like 25 boxes, like paper boxes, like reams of paper coming.
Oh, I'd want more money.
Ream.
And so I was getting paid, like I would get off work at 1:30, but I was getting paid till 3:30. And then I was also getting 57 cents a mile.
Yeah.
So I was getting something out of it. But I got to a point where like, I don't want to move all these boxes twice. Technically 3, because when I get inside, I'm taking them off the cart and stacking them.
Right.
So I was moving them 3 times. I was just like,
so
they're
screw
like, you're
that.
not getting rid of the van. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I am.
Yeah,
but
screw that.
I can still fit a bunch of boxes in this thing.
Gonna get a smart car so no one asks you for anything.
I should have.
Well, so anyway, to the point of,
you should get a Subaru, Mike.
If you're going to buy an American-made vehicle, all right,
Subaru.
If you're going to buy an American-made,
I want to get something modest like a Hellcat.
My suggestion is straight up the Equinox. You can't go wrong. They've already perfected the vehicle. That's the facts. They've already.
You know what I hate about when they perfect a vehicle? They're like, we're going to add this to it, and it makes it worse.
Yeah,
don't add nothing.
Or they go,
keep it the same.
Or they go, we're going to discontinue. Like when years and years, the Grand Am was just a throwaway car, and then all of a sudden they made it a really, really nice car, and a quality car that lasted. And then they go, we're going to get rid of it, and we're going to put this other thing in its place. Yeah, and that includes changing the motor and everything.
Yeah,
and then I remember a guy who got it the first year, and he had it like 3 years. I remember what the G whatever it was. It was the bigger, not the G6, but it was the bigger one, G8 or something.
Well,
so basically, it was a Grand Am. Okay.
Yeah.
He had 3 years, and he fucking blew the motor, and it was $6,700.
I believe it.
To put in a motor, and he goes, I gotta put a motor in it because I still fucking owe them 4 years on a payment.
Yeah. Hey, it happens.
And he had no warranty left.
Dams.
He had no warranty left on it. I was like, how'd you manage that? He goes, he got the cheaper warranty or some shit.
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
Well, and if the Equinox isn't your thing, if you want something a little bit nicer,
you can go
the
with
Buick Envision. The Buick Envision's the same car.
Yeah, it is.
Just a nicer trim.
I just need practicality.
That's
pragmatic.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Don't get a Blazer.
No, because how dare them take the Blazer name and do that to it?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, like when they said they were bringing the Blazer back and the Bronco, I thought they were bringing back the big Blazer, the original old school Blazer. Now, there is a smaller sport Bronco, but the Bronco that is coming out is a full-size Bronco.
Yeah.
And it looks like the old school.
OJ do it?
No, the Broncos, they did it legit. Those things are pretty badass.
It looks like
You're gonna kill your wife.
It looks like the real old school before OJ Broncos.
Before OJ.
Yeah, like back in the 70s.
I gotta admit that white Bronco, like that upped that value.
Dude, if I could get one of those, I would get one.
Are you kidding me? You still can't get those. If you're trying to find those in mint condition,
a Bronco like that, the white one,
they're fucking outrageous.
Or any Bronco.
The white one especially, but any of them.
There's one for sale in 13 miles.
I want to get rich
but they
enough.
Want a lot unless
I want to
they're
get rich
rotted
enough
out.
to afford one of those and have AC deliver it to me.
Yeah, is he still alive?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, there's something. I guess I have to apologize to Mike.
You do?
Yeah. Apparently, I've got him addicted to something.
Oh yeah. So I was like,
I'm sorry.
You were going on about it, and I was like, yeah, everyone knows it's a good thing, and she's hot, and she's always been hot. Everyone knows it. But she's, she maybe she's slipped over the years or whatever. And then I fucking buddies from my OTR Slack group. He sent me. He's like, check it out, man. Brittany doing this with her titties.
Oh, yeah.
Britney
No
Spears
top.
was mashing them together.
Yep. No top.
And I'm like, dude, this is so white trash. I gotta go.
Stars over
So
the
I went through
nipples.
the whole thing, all her pictures,
Yeah.
all her dancing,
yeah.
yoga moves. She looks better now than she ever did.
Isn't it badass,
It's
dude?
fucking hot, dude.
I'm so obsessed with her, dude.
She's MILF hot now.
Dude, I am so fucking obsessed with her.
It's a bad thing.
She's my favorite
This picture,
page.
she's like pushing up her titties.
Yeah, she's
but
smashing.
Did they star out her nips?
Yeah, they starred out her nips.
I can't believe I haven't even looked at that yet because I didn't know about it, but I'm going to go look at it.
Well, there's a couple of them where she's just covering them.
Like hand bra.
But she's got no top on. And
Well, the thing about Brittany, what makes her so hot
it's disgusting.
is that she's totally out of any of our leagues, but for some reason in your mind,
you think
she seems white trash enough to where like,
that you
maybe
could
she
get
is.
it. Yeah.
Like maybe one day if I were like if I were at a bar and she's sitting there.
Yeah, like you could probably maybe.
Yeah, maybe I would have a shot. Even though I totally don't.
Yeah.
That's just what you think.
Well, just think about this. Kevin Federline hit it, and he had nothing going on.
He was her backup dancer.
Yeah,
though.
but he wasn't shit.
He was pretty ripped.
Yeah.
I think when they met.
But he got fat. And he was still with her for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Federline had a heart attack playing football or something, didn't he?
Yeah, something
They
like
playing
that.
two-hand touch
But
football.
yeah, I mean, it. You know what makes it even better is like she's got like the fucking. She's got like the eyeliner that's kind of running looking all the time and it's like so. I'm like it's so trashy, and I'm like I love you, baby.
It's like
don't change a thing.
It's like pre-cum but for a blowjob or something.
Right.
It's weird.
It's like don't change a fucking thing, baby. Yeah.
Never change, Brittany.
No,
never change. Stay the same.
Yeah, like it. But
the same white
I agree.
girl.
I agree. Like you could be like, I could. Maybe one day I could.
There's
like
a
if
shot.
she wasn't like Brittany the mega star, she was just Brittany who lived like down the street and hung out at fucking.
She seems like she would be like
Buck's bar.
She would be the hot bartender at your local bar,
right?
And she called you honey.
Yeah, and
Don't
you
have that honey vibe.
And if you weren't a drunk idiot all the time, you might end up hanging out with her at some point, and maybe getting a handy or something.
Her self-esteem's just low enough.
Right.
She's obviously got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Get it? Because he owns her.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is all fantasy.
Yes.
She would find me totally grotesque, but it's what my mind thinks.
Yes.
But as Aldo Nova said,
life is just a fantasy. Can you live this fantasy life?
And I can.
You know more words than me.
Yep.
Nova's part.
Brittany, you drive me crazy.
Did you ever see the album cover, Aldo Nova album cover, when he's got the leather jacket with the sleeves are pushed up?
Anyway,
Nope.
I'll damn you straight to the pits of hell.
Yes.
That's her Insta, right?
Yeah.
As the kids say?
Yeah.
Her Insta?
Her Insta.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Insta, you had some else. There was another topic.
Yeah, you get all these alerts. Someone's following you. They'll leave a comment and so
yeah.
it's a chick that's like above a 7.
Yeah.
So
I'm so
like,
new to Instagram.
Yeah, like no one above a 7 hot is new to Instagram.
I'm like, delete. I know what you're all about.
No.
That's a bot.
Yeah,
that is a bot.
I accidentally, I was trying to delete, and I accidentally hit the confirm, and my God, it was like 2 seconds later. Hey, you want to see my nudes? Hey, blah 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 blah.
The only way a girl above a 7 hot is on Instagram that's actually new to Instagram. She like escaped the Mormon compound or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now she's got a smartphone.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
And I still wouldn't believe
or
it.
She escaped her dad, who's like a sheik that beat her.
Yeah.
You know.
Or
And then now
she's
got an Instagram.
Or she was
in a
like basement
a-
in Cleveland or something.
Or she was like a Mennonite who went out on Rumspringa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where they get a year into
Yeah.
to be with the English or whatever?
A year.
You,
Yep.
got to say Rumspringa.
Rumspringa.
It's like rump shaker.
Yeah, that,
They
Yep.
got to get
I know-
the rump shaker down.
I know they get a year. They get a year in adulthood where they can go live among the English. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who we are or what race we are. We're the English.
That was my. I used to watch. My Name Is Earl.
Yeah.
And there was an episode that Earl and his brother, before he started doing good things, he would sit on the other side of this fucking bridge and wait for them to all come out for Rumspringa. And like, oh, let me show you how it's done. And take them out partying and fucking
That's awesome.
bang the fucking Amish chicks.
Rumspringa.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Rex and Effect.
yeah, good times.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm addicted to the Britney Instagram.
Oh yeah, she's
I go up and down it every day.
I'm gonna have to not look at that.
She is she's my favorite.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna
It's a good Instagram.
I have a few of them that I repeatedly go and check all the time, but I have a lot of them on there, but she's one of them that I like check every day. I just,
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I do it too now.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally
like,
in.
so you saw like the video of like her like doing the like where she's like doing the handstand, but she's almost doing like push-ups.
Yeah, like handstand push-ups.
Yeah, and I'm just like, my God, and she's 40 this year.
She's
She's gonna be 40 this year.
Up there,
I think she's the same age as Craig.
No, I think she was born in '82.
Okay, I thought she was 81.
If only there was a way I could find out.
I don't know.
Can one of you listeners send us Britney Spears' age? We have no way to check. We don't have a thing.
Send us a telegraph letting us know.
I bet you if I bet you.
Oh no, you're right. You were right. She'll be 40 this year.
Western Union us.
Yeah, I thought
some
like
money.
it does like yeah.
I thought she was the following year. Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
yeah.
She's
so
older
at the
than
end
my
of
wife.
She's at the end of the year. She's about
And that made it sound like she's older than my wife.
She's
so old.
she's
Decrepacy. Amazingly decrepit.
Yeah, at one time like I couldn't like really like drool over her because she was underage when she started.
Yeah, I didn't think she was hot when she was underage. When
No,
she turned
no,
18,
no.
she turned hot.
Yeah, but
Then
like,
all of a sudden you noticed.
well,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, she's 18 and hot. That's weird.
Once like 2000 hit, I think it was. That was when I noticed that she was hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, her
Totally.
song "Crazy" was in that movie with Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah. Drive me crazy.
What was that movie called where she like had to make the weird guy hot or whatever?
Yeah, drive me crazy.
Drive Me Crazy. Okay.
That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, and then
I have no idea.
the
what you
best
guys are
line
talking
in any
about.
movie ever is like, "You once fat bitch."
Yeah, you once fat bitch. It was Melissa Joan Hart was
Okay.
was super popular.
Yeah,
Was
Clarissa.
weird. Clarissa Explains It All.
Clarissa,
And
okay.
Adrian Grenier from Entourage,
Oh, okay.
the dark hair guy.
But I thought Melissa Joan Hart was Sabrina the Teenage Bitch. I mean, witch.
she was also that.
She was
so she was two different. So
yeah,
she
she was
had two
she explained it all, and then she became a witch.
Oh,
That's her career. Right
extremely popular.
yeah.
And then she had a show with Joey Lawrence. Melissa.
Well,
and
that was
Joey.
a great show, Melissa and
Was
Joey.
it?
Yes,
I
they
never
were in
saw it.
Toledo. She was the mayor of Toledo or something, or councilwoman in Toledo. Yeah,
You have seen way more of that show than anybody I've ever met in my life.
Dude, I purposely watched it religiously to drive Rachel nuts.
Okay, well,
because
then
I'd
there's-
walk around going, I was watching Melissa and Joey was like, "Whoa."
That's
Whoa.
That's still
She's
the-
like, he did not do that. I go, watch the show. She goes, I'm not watching the show. It looks stupid. I go, watch it. He does it. He goes, whoa, all the time.
That's still one of my favorite parts of Saturday Night Live when they did It's like a very special episode of Blossom, and Mike Myers played Joey Lawrence. He just walks through, he's like, whoa! They're like, oh, the new music video from Joey Lawrence, and they show after it's like he's like doing his dance, he's like, whoa! Yep, it's so stupid. Did some beat going behind him, he's like, whoa!
Yeah,
he was an icon.
Yeah,
she's like, no. She's like, he doesn't do it in that show. Yeah, he does. She's like, no, he does. I go, yeah, he does. He's like, he walked in, he's like, whoa.
Yeah, and then all three of the Lawrence brothers.
No, they had a show too, didn't they?
Well, they were in the movie that The Edge starred in with Kelsey Grammer, that Money Plane we talked about last year.
Oh,
it was like Edge and his team of experts had to get onto the Money Plane and steal all the money for Kelsey Grammer.
And then the Lawrence brothers saved the day. I don't.
Well, Joey was like the guy who was running the poker, all the games on the plane. Matthew played some cowboy who was one of the contestants. He was doing stuff on the plane. He ended up playing Russian roulette and killed himself. He lost his bet. And then Matthew was like a tech expert for the Edge's team. He was on the ground. But he also directed the movie.
That's
Matthew
the
Lawrence.
youngest one? Oh, that's like the middle one, right?
I'm sorry. Andrew Lawrence was
that's
the one on the
youngest,
ground.
like the youngest.
He directed the movie.
That's the one that always kind of looked kind of Down syndrome.
Yeah, I thought he was a midget.
Yeah.
Like Jay just texted us during our show. Woodstock 99 documentary that just came out on HBO is really good. Thanks, Jay. You could have been here telling it, but
yeah, that's one about all the rape and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, were they wearing anything provocative? That's the question.
Well, they did roll around in that mud.
If you're gonna mud wrestle,
shit
So what is it? HBO documentary
on Woodstock 99.
Oh, Rape Stock.
Rape Stock 99.
Yeah.
Rape Stock.
Yeah. Joe.
Wait, Joe.
So the
I got
Lawrence
Joey,
brothers,
I got
didn't
Joey
they have-
Lawrence stuck in my brain.
Didn't they have a show also? Like
Yeah.
all three of them.
Yep. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember. Well, but you know where Joey Lawrence got to start, right?
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And the show is on. They play the show. By the way, they play the show on if you have antenna TV, you can watch Give Me a Break.
I have antenna TV right now.
On pretty much every day of
It's
the week.
it's actually worthwhile to have an antenna because that raw HD signal is the best clean signal you're
true.
going to get.
It actually is.
So if you watch your local news on an antenna, it's never going to look better.
That is not a lie.
What I love is that I can watch like all the shows that I watched when I was a teenager and a kid, and it feels like I'm back in the 80s.
It's true.
I love it. It's like, I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I'm like, oh shit, man. And I'm not kidding. You'll have like 2 episodes of like every freaking awesome show back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, like I had a thing where like I'm going to ditch cable and I just did an antenna. And the funny thing is I found out like these weird channels that you never thought existed.
Yeah.
But one kind of a mainstream thing I found out through it was that Rihanna song that fell in love with, what's that song called? With her and the Chris Brown like guy in the video that are and there's like a drug fight and stuff because they were partying and I can't remember the name. Whatever.
This song. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, but they're like doing drugs together, fucking drugs, hanging out, fighting.
Yeah.
The drug thing.
That's where you saw the video? Was on regular?
Was on a regular,
Okay.
like Canadian TV of some sort.
Oh, wow.
Probably CBC.
And then then I watched Steel Roots TV, and it would be on for like 2 hours every evening, and it was like this guy that had a Christian metal channel, and some of the bands were actually pretty decent. I was like,
yeah.
hey, this is fucking heavy as fuck. But they'd be like doing their down picking and chugging, and then it was they have the cross,
And then they'd be like, Jesus.
no, they didn't do that.
No.
One of them was called Demon Hunter.
Well, yeah, it's funny because like I've heard like
Demon
a few
Hunter
bands.
will hunt you, you blasphemous pricks.
I've actually
out
heard
there.
a few metal bands, and I was like, man, that's a pretty good band. They're like, yeah, you know that they're like a total Christian band. I'm like, really? And then you have
Click,
to actually
turn it off.
you would actually have to read the lyrics to know that, like, because they never said anything about
Yeah.
God or Jesus or anything.
But
It
you
was
talking about
just-
like straight like metal where you can't understand what he's saying?
Yeah, then it doesn't matter what you say. It could be
Yeah,
anything.
because you can be lying to you.
yeah.
But
Ooh, I said God is great. No, you didn't.
what's that band? As I Lay Dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a Christian metal band, and then he did a murder for hire plot on his
Yeah,
wife.
right. That's the
This
dude.
sounds like a
Lose
Christian.
his money because he was going to lose
Not
half
very
his shit.
Christian.
It's like, It's like, you know what? I got to ditch this Christian stuff, and I got to kill her. I'm sorry.
Speaking of metal, we had another death in the metal world.
Yeah, Mike Howe.
Mike Howe. Now he had cancer or something.
I got to be delicate. He took his life.
Okay, I thought that's what it's. I thought I heard something about it.
Be delicate. You messaged us and said
No. Don't say it.
Never mind.
Okay. But
So, but I thought that he'd been battling cancer.
I don't know if he did, but maybe that's why he.
Because I swear there was something about it.
Well, this was the only song by them that I knew of, and I had it actually when Radio Underground was an FM pirate. I had this song in rotation. This is actually a good riff. The song is called Metal Church.
Yeah. Well, pretty much that's the one that kind of got them popular, but I never really found much of their music good.
No, this song's good though.
Yeah, this song is.
This riff they do here, I'll turn it down until it gets to it. It's a fucking awesome riff, but it's kind of generic. They're metal.
Yeah.
But this fucking song, this riff is really good. But Mike Howe, rest in peace.
Yes. Yeah.
This riff right here, I love it.
It's a bad week.
I mean, yeah, he was only 55, so.
Good riff right here.
And that's why I never liked him.
Yeah,
you didn't care for Mike Howe's
Mike Howe's fucking singing.
Mike, rest in peace, but Al's not into your vocal.
That was
I mean, riff. Hey, man, well, they're still around, so I mean, that's just another one of those bands that they've stood the test of time.
He wasn't in the band. He wasn't in the band for 20 years at one point.
Yeah, I mean, but I just give the band. I mean, I give a band like that props that you were not that good and you stuck around.
Yeah, they kept the scene alive.
Yeah, I mean, well,
not really,
but no.
So
no, but so that guy Randy that I did bricklaying with a few years ago was sitting here one day trying to tell me that Metal Church, the only reason Metallica is who they are is because the guys in Metal Church wrote all their music. And I'm like, bullshit. And he's like, no, seriously, trust me, I know. I go,
wait,
bullshit.
The Metal Church guys wrote all of Metallica songs?
Yes.
What?
And that's why Metallica is who they are.
Hold up.
Dude, I swear to God, he would not, he was relentless. I mean, for weeks after that, I only worked with him like a few more weeks after that, but he kept bringing it up.
You should have quit on the spot.
He's like, dude, you really need to look into it. I'm telling you, man, it's for real. And I'm like, the guys in Metal Church did not write all of fucking Metallica's fucking songs. Screw you, dude.
That is a hell of a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. I'm like, no, dude, that's why they're so popular. All their fucking hits, dude, that's all fucking guys from Metal Church. I go, bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, why are you trying? I go, what? Well, he also told me he said the dude would tell me that for his whole life he worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day laying brick, but then told me that he was a lighting guy and went on tour with fucking Helix. I go, who?
Oh, you can do both.
He goes, Helix. I go, yeah, dude, I know them. He goes, yeah, they're awesome. I go, dude, they suck. I go, dude, they were a really bad metal band.
Al, I got to put a compilation of you getting pinned down by metal fans of subpar metal.
Yeah, dude, I know a lot.
Because you got pinned down by the Disturbed guy.
Oh, yes.
Then you got pinned down by the They Support the Troops guy.
Yes.
And now there's the Metal Church guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Metal Church, and he was.
Have you ever been cornered by like a Kiss fan?
Oh, dude, tons of those.
Yeah, like, hey,
tons of those.
Hold on, they don't let you leave the corner.
Yeah, listen, man.
There was another musician that I don't think we talked about from a couple weeks ago who died. Robbie Steinhardt from Kansas.
Yeah, he was a violin player. And he was like a vocalist too. I mean, yeah, he was in the band a long time, I think.
Okay, I
don't know if he was an original member because
I think actually him and Steve Walsh were the only two original members.
Okay, so he was
an OM.
Okay,
yeah, but
I wasn't positive.
But I think he left for a while, came back.
They all kind of did because a few of them like found Jesus.
Yeah,
in Kansas.
And I have to say, I did not know he died. It's just that Stones had posted it in one of his posts the other day, and I stole it from him.
Oh.
I literally had no idea the guy died 2 weeks ago. But someone we didn't talk about when we talked about all the death a couple weeks ago was, remember we thought we forgot somebody, and you're like, Mr. Wonderful. We're like, yeah, Paul Orndorff, he died. No, the one we forgot was Charles Robinson, Mac from Night Court.
Oh, wow.
We didn't talk about Mac.
Well,
Mac.
didn't
Me and you did in messages. But
but didn't that happen right after we did our last up?
no, it was just before.
Oh, that's right. We didn't. That's
And you,
right.
you said,
I said it because I said after we left, I'm like, I think I brought it up.
oh, yeah, maybe you did.
I
But you
thought
had
about-
messaged me a couple nights before when we found out, and you said something about Quan Lee.
Oh yeah,
his
well,
wife.
I
Because
said.
remember, Mac in the show was married to a lady from
I
Vietnam.
said,
and
I
he
go.
was a
I wonder
Vietnam
how
vet.
when he said Mac from Night Court died. I go. I wonder how Quan Lee's doing. If she's all right,
His Vietnamese wife.
dude. That was.
Wonder
so
how the neighborhood cat.
He's Holly Robinson's dad, right? Or uncle or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
You know Holly Robinson.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he's.
But anyways, we didn't talk about
You
him.
know that's a stereotype about Americans, and you guys are feeding it. We're all feeding into it.
I'm sorry.
I was a Canadian guy. I was listening to a podcast, and he said, "I've been all over the world. I've been to England. Everything." Goes, what Americans know is every actor and where they're from and what they were in.
Yeah.
Every entertainer. He goes like an American's like, yeah. We can go down the list of, yeah, Richard Mole from Ghost Shark, Night Court. Like, that's our thing. I guess that's what we're known for.
Oh, dude, Ben used to call used to call us the TV family because we knew all the we knew the names of all the people.
That's what Smith, by the way, he always listened. How's it going, Smith? He was talking about you guys. He said you guys are like trivia dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, dude. I go, I don't even I would do trivia night. Like, I thought I was bad at trivia and Jeopardy. I thought, like, dude, I'm a fucking moron. Until I'm around normal people and I dominate.
Yeah.
But because when I'm around you guys and my uncle Trace.
Oh yeah, Trace.
So
is bad.
Trace and Brian would go back and it was neck and neck. So my one uncle and Brian and then Matt too, my brother-in-law, and then
It's called autism. That's
it's
true.
right.
That's correct,
It's true.
Jay. It's autism.
So there's a few people that are unbeatable in the North America, and I know all of them.
Yeah.
I know like the top 5 guys.
Craig's gotten a lot better as he's gotten older too.
So I have an uncle, I have cousins, and a brother-in-law that are all awesome at it. I didn't realize I was good at trivia until I went to a bar, and they had the trivia thing.
Yeah.
And I was beating everybody. I was beating the shit out of everybody. And I'm like, dude, I'm not a moron. I'm just around these fucking idiots, these autists.
We are.
Yeah,
autists.
right.
Like I thought I was dumb.
Here it is. You're actually normal, and you have a normal, healthy amount of trivia knowledge.
No,
and
I'm not. I actually have a nerd amount.
Yeah.
I just suck compared to
so
these guys. So I'm
It's
like
called autism,
I'm
yeah.
like the shortest guy in an NBA front line or something.
So
I'm only 6'8".
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm the 5'6" center who's playing on.
It's like you're Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah. No, I'm really good, but I didn't realize I was good.
So I can't find if they're related.
They're not related. I was just
Okay.
something I threw out there. I thought for some reason they were, but speaking of trivia,
Because they're black.
no, because the last name's Robinson, and they're both in entertainment.
True.
But also, fun fact: Charles Robinson is also the name of. Wasn't he the name of the NWO ref from WCW? Wasn't it Charles Robinson, the guy with the blonde hair?
I think it was, yeah.
Same guy.
Charles Robinson, yeah.
Versatile actor.
Yes.
But I went to Buffalo Wild Wings at lunch one time. This is like 10 years ago. And they have those things where you can answer the trivia and stuff. We're sitting there at lunch, and I was talking with everybody. And then the game was over, and they're like, oh, someone from this bar took first place in the trivia. I'm like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah,
what?
you're talking about the blue boxes?
Yeah, the blue boxes.
Yeah.
But I was talking to them the whole time. They're like, we know you're playing.
All right.
It was such easy questions, too.
Brian wasn't even paying attention, and he dominated.
Dude, I won by like 400 points or something.
Brian Jennings.
I was like,
We're here.
Yeah.
that guy's one of my heroes. Not really, though.
No.
Looks
Yeah,
a
like I
douchebag.
guess the other day, Twitter went crazy over some contestant on Jeopardy, and they said he might be the most annoying Jeopardy
They say it's
contestant.
some weird quirk, and I haven't looked it up yet.
I didn't either, but that's what they said. He had some weird quirk, and they said he might be the most annoying Jeopardy contestant ever.
That's funny. I haven't looked.
Like they were like people were losing their shit about it, whatever it was. I don't know what his quirk was.
Well, you know what else? I'm sorry, I don't want because I have not seen it yet, but you just made me think of something. People losing their shit over Home Depot losing hot dogs.
Yeah, that was my
For
parents.
real? You mean the hot dog carts? They're getting rid of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents were bitching about it.
Damn!
No, Alan,
so
you don't
mad.
understand. There's petitions.
I am so
people
mad.
signing
I'm so mad
petitions.
that a hot dog I never bought is
They're
going to be
delicious. Don't get me wrong.
Are they good? I would.
Yeah,
know.
they are. They're really good. I actually have bought them before because I went into Home Depot like 3 times that I can recall.
Is it a
that
COVID thing? What's going on?
I actually went in there.
Well, it started off that way, and then it got to the point where they're like, "No, we don't want the extra
Overhead.
over traffic and everything."
yeah.
But yeah,
I actually, like 3 different times that I can recall, I went in there with somebody or myself to buy something drunk and bought a hot dog.
yeah.
And I believe the one time I went in there to buy something for the house and I was wasted and I bought a hot dog and never went into the store and went back home.
That
So,
well, there. I mean, like petitions and like, I swear somebody online was talking about having a rally
well,
to try to get them to change their mind.
hey,
It's like,
protest, man. Hey, you know what? How come nobody
rally.
did this? You know what? Okay, that's fine. And hey, man, that's cool because the hot dogs are really good. Okay.
They're very good.
They're really good. But how come nobody did that out in front of Taco Bell's
Yeah.
when they got rid of the Mexican pizza?
Yeah.
I mean, to me,
there
that,
was
Well,
to
I'll
me-
tell you why.
I signed
To me,
petitions.
that is a travesty.
Because
That's
the
racist.
Jews. No.
I know. To me, that is a travesty. That is a an injustice that the whole country should be feeling.
No, you're absolutely right.
And
nobody did.
I don't eat Taco Bell that often, but damn it, when I eat Taco Bell, I want a
Mexican
pizza.
I get it.
So you guys are well aware of my DoorDash addiction.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
Yes.
Well, I had a delivery.
I don't know that it's a problem. It's just that you don't want to drive out and get something.
Yeah. I had a delivery, and it says, and sometimes you look at the name and you kind of try to picture. We all do this as humans. You like picture what this person looks like.
Oh, like Kelly's bringing your food.
Yeah, you're like,
You're
oh, she's
like
gonna
Kelly,
have
she's gonna have blue hair and
Yeah,
she's gonna be all punky and hot.
yeah, and then you got like DeMarcus. It's gonna be a tall black guy.
Yeah.
Todd, white guy, Chad.
Yeah.
Big jawline. Todd's
Yeah.
gonna come up, and then I saw this one. It was Amber.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, well, I had a couple ones in a row that didn't impress me.
Yeah.
It was good looking as I. But so Amber walks up and she is dressed like a goth chick at City Club, like almost a damn near a dominatrix outfit. I'm like, I'm thinking about. I already pre-tip,
Yeah, and you didn't see that coming though, did
And I was
you?
like, wow, if I ever had cash on me, you're getting cash.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a total simp right now.
Yeah.
This chick, like, totally, like, I felt like saying, like, do you want to be on my show?
Here's the
Because
thing.
like
now.
you do deliveries in this outfit.
Here's
like,
the thing
like-
now, Mike, is that you have to like go to the bank and get some cash just to have in the house. Like just have like a little, like an envelope, stick it on the wall with some cash in it in case there's somebody like that. And you can just get it all in fives.
Well, I know everyone, like all the MGTOWs, you're a simp. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
whatever.
This girl here was, if you're going to go out in public and do DoorDash deliveries, you deserve a tip because that is putting yourself
Yeah.
out there. Because I'm not inside a gothic club.
No.
I'm not at a strip club. You're literally coming to my house dressed.
Did you think her outfit was a little bit too provocative?
Yeah, if I would have attacked her, it would have been her fault.
Yeah, okay.
If I would have if I would have foisted
Shit,
myself upon
somebody's-
her, it would have been her fault.
We're going to get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Because you can't look like that and expect a non-attack.
Yeah.
As we know.
Yeah.
You, at very least, you're going to get groped.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're going to get sniff.
I have a daughter. I'm going to fucking... gonna regret
If anyone listens to this and thinks any bit we say is serious, then it's on them.
Yeah.
Please.
So it's their fault, too, is what you're saying.
Please acknowledge.
It's always everybody else's fault.
It's never mine. Nothing I do is ever my fault. I am a zero accountability for anything I ever say or do.
Yeah.
Because it's your fault. It's you, all you out there, not
Whoa,
me.
what was that little Nazi? Did you just do it?
You out there, you people.
So when
Speaking of money,
so when she was walking up, was Gigi playing like Fresh Young Meat or something?
Yeah.
I'd kill for it.
She's only 7.
Oh, jeez.
I would say she was about closer to 30.
oh,
But so it's 100% perfectly legal.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, I mean, that's like putting in the effort. You're putting in the effort for the tips.
oh yeah,
So she
for
probably
sure.
she probably makes I'm guessing $5 million in tips a day or something.
about that sounds right. That's what I think. That's a little bit above the average DoorDash driver.
She was a bit stacked, so everything was where it needed to be.
And you
It's
said
just for me.
DoorDash, right?
It's just
Your
for me.
name
She's like, "Hey, you're Mike from Radio Underground." I'm like, yeah.
And you said
I asked for this assignment so I could be with you.
I want to be on your show.
Yeah.
And then she didn't show up, so we can only assume that she got either A, murdered, or in a B, in a horrible auto accident. It's the only reason she didn't show up.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Or her appendix ruptured and she's in the hospital.
Something happened. Something tragic
You know what,
happened.
guys? I found out. You know how guys, it's easy for us to be creepy like I'm being right now, right?
Yeah.
You're a creep,
Yeah.
especially if you're not a handsome like us.
Yeah.
You're a creep. I found something that women do, and a guy pointed it out on Twitter, and I'm going to give him credit. I forgot his name, but he's like, "It's right. It is creepy when women. You know, it's I thought it was impossible for a woman to be creepy, but it's not.
Oh no.
And the one thing that creeps me about, and I'm going to put this into a clip because it's true. Women, it's real fucking creepy, and it creeps me the fuck out when you say, "I was looking for a little sexy time." Sexy time. It creeps me out.
Yeah, that's what a that's what a pedophile would say.
Yeah, like oh, sexy time.
Sexy time.
Sounds like some woman that's like way past her prime would say,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
sexy time.
Yeah.
Get over here, little man, and have sexy time. It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Stop saying sexy time, bitch.
Ah.
Stop it. You're creeping me out.
Yeah.
It's like me saying, get over here and boff me.
Yeah.
Let's go boff.
Come and shit on my lap. Come and shit on this lap.
Sound like you said shit.
I thought you said shit. I was like, Al, I think Al, you took this to the space.
That was just that was a list.
I know it was a list.
That was a list, man.
I think picked it up the second time.
Yeah.
I want you to shit right
That's
now
why I said it a second time, because I realized that it sounded more like
Give me a
shit.
facial. Hurry.
Come shit on my lap.
Sexy time. It seems like something just a chick that you're totally grossed out.
Come sit on my lap, little lady.
Don't say it. Don't say it, ladies.
Yeah. Sexy time. Sexy time.
Yeah,
Daddy.
you want some
They'll say
sexy
daddy.
time?
I don't like when chicks say daddy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Yeah,
that.
It's time for sexy time, daddy. Nope.
Yeah.
Guess what? Get out.
Get
out of my house right now.
That's incest.
Do you want to be my daddy? No, I don't.
They're like, oh, it doesn't mean incestuous daddy. I'm like, well,
It doesn't.
That's what it. That's what it.
That's pretty much what it says on every porno.
Yeah.
Yeah, daddy.
Stepdad bangs stepdaughter.
You're my daddy. No, we don't need to hear that.
Nope. I don't like it.
Like
No,
there might be 4 people per county that like that, and I'm not one of them.
Yeah, this ain't Alabama.
Yeah, your daddy do me. Like, no.
Nope.
You want me to choke you? You got to say something other than daddy or sexy time.
So, we got
Uh,
If you want me to choke you, you got to say let me out of here.
I got to tell you something real quick.
What?
So we were taking my daughter, Elizabeth.
That's a really bad segue.
Holy crap! I didn't think
Right
about
to your
it.
daughter, like, oh, you want to talk about metal for a few more minutes before we go to that? I want to go right from the.
Bob Odenkirk had a heart attack. Did you
Yeah,
hear
there you
about
go.
that?
I saw that. Yeah.
I did see that today.
He had a heart-related incident. It was a heart attack.
Yeah,
So-
mine was a heart-related incident 7 years ago, 8 years ago. What
Yeah,
was it?
he's going to do fine. He'll be fine. Yeah. So the other day, we had to take my daughter to. I'm going from heart attack into this. There's no segues for this.
it's still
We don't
better.
talk about stuff that I can easily segue into this for.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. So we had to take her to the post office because she's getting her passport, because she's supposed to be taking a trip, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. It's going to get canceled. But we still did it, and then they told us it was probably going to get canceled. So we took her for a passport photo, and there was a guy there. Remember a small chili guy, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't him. He wasn't there. But it was another guy. And he's like talking about like when you when you move, they send you that packet and it has a bunch of coupons for local businesses and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
To your new address. And he was talking to this lady in at the counter, but he was right next to us. And he's like, sometimes it's such good bargains. He said it just like that. And I was like, he's the new small chili guy. Sometimes it's such good bargains. And I was like, and it took everything. I almost started laughing out loud at the post office. And I looked at Danielle. I'm like, did you hear him say that? And she obviously,
Of course not. Nobody got to hear it except for you.
So and that's the thing. It was not just his voice. It was his improper English also. Sometimes it's such good bargains. He said,
So I don't know what the small chili.
there was a guy at Wendy's when Wendy's was still next to Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
On Gratiot.
On Gratiot.
Wow.
It was right after, because remember it was like Little Caesars and then, and then Wendy's. But it was still kind of early on.
Right.
And this guy is like one up there and he's like, I gotta get myself a small chili. But the way he said it was wow, like he really over amplified the small.
Just blew it out.
And I can't properly replicate it, but it was we've always made fun of that. Him and waiting on the fries.
Yeah, the waiting on the fries guy pull up. He's like, we pull up to the window. He's like, waiting on the fries. And we're like, Craig tried to. Well, we were waiting on the fries. He just cut Craig off and said it twice.
Yeah. It's just small chili waiting on the fries, and now sometimes it's such good bargains.
Sometimes it's good.
Sometimes
it's such good bargains.
I had one time that was funny.
Yeah.
I was talking about heart palpitations to a guy because I still get them to this day. I've always had them, even when I was young and not fat as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was talking about, I get my, they skip. And I was talking to a guy that owned a company that I deliver to. And his warehouse guy is a black guy. He walks up, he goes, I get them too. They be taking away my breath. But it is an accurate description. They will take away your
No, that's true.
That is very accurate.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yeah, he's right though. He is right.
He's right.
That's exactly what happens. It will take away your breath.
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 So we hear that we had more subscribers and downloads.
Yeah,
while we're off.
We've been gaining subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we went from 30-day period 2,000 all the way up to 30-day period 3,000 downloads.
Wow.
So the less of us, the better.
Yeah.
Less we do. So we're going to do this like once a year.
We're going to undersaturate the market.
Yeah. People they want us just enough, not too much, not too little.
Right.
Just enough.
Well, yeah. That's
The
what
people
we do.
have spoken.
That's what we'll do.
You speak every time you download what we do.
We'll just we'll just switch to a monthly show.
Well, all right. Now another thing though, the last episode, didn't we have issues and we didn't do the stream? We just recorded audio. Was that the last episode?
I don't know if it was the last or the one before it.
I can't remember either.
Yeah,
I think it was the one before it because
okay.
Jay was here for the last one.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so it was the one. Okay,
But
so
not
never
tonight.
mind.
He's not here
the last
tonight.
one, Jay was here, and then Bob and Sean showed up.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, did they? I forgot about that.
Yeah, during the middle, and then
That's right. But it was the week before. Okay, because like when I first saw that, I was like, well, that's what I thought. That I'm like, well, did we just do the audio that last one? Because then maybe if they didn't see us, then they're like,
so what you're saying is we have the perfect faces for radio.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, if it were to,
Yeah.
if we were good looking, we'd be YouTube it'd be
Oh, yeah.
it would
Oh
be
yeah,
sad.
because I mean our show
It-
is
it-
our show is phenomenal.
It'd
So,
be-
I mean,
yeah.
Content's there.
yeah.
Content is there.
the look isn't.
Yeah.
Looks not.
The look's not.
Yeah.
But if we were all like handsome and chiseled,
Yeah.
good jawline, we'd be millionaires right now.
And we had a
Yeah.
chick with boobs.
Yeah.
Well,
Not necessarily showed them off.
no.
Not I mean like cleavage showing off,
Yeah.
but you could see the shape of them
Yeah.
through their blouse or something.
Yeah.
That sounded creepy too, didn't it?
Like hot chicks with tits.
It's like this one girl I delivered
I
to.
really like hot chicks with boobs.
She's really cute and stacked, and she's funny and stuff. And I'm borderline like, hey, do you want to just come over like every weekend? help my show out.
Just do my show.
But like that camera there doesn't need to be on us. Just move it and put it on her.
Yeah, you'll be the only camera will be her.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Dual cameras.
Yeah.
And we'll talk, and she'll just be.
I mean, if she's got funny stuff to say, cool. You know,
I
but
mean,
but if she don't want to talk, well, she don't have
she
to.
doesn't. No, she doesn't.
No, we
have
don't
to
need her
talk.
talk. Just sit there.
Just sit there. Wear something provocative.
But you gotta. We have to keep her
Entertained.
No, we have to keep her like
Drunk?
down a level, because if she knows her own worth, she'll just go off. And,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be like
No,
Olivia
no.
Munn when she left G4 TV and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm hot and I am popular. I'm leaving this network, and then the network went under.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't. You need the heat.
Yeah.
You gotta have the heat.
So you just like want me to knock her down a peg every so often, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I was like, you gotta do stuff like, you're not dressing provocative enough around here.
I'll just be like, yeah, well, you're all right. I mean,
They call it in the pickup artist negging. You got to give her negative comment.
yeah.
With an E.
yeah.
Nagging.
It's like, yeah, you're decent looking and everything, but that haircut.
I mean, I wouldn't wear, if I was a girl, I wouldn't wear what you're wearing. I mean,
Your dad-
I'd wear something way hotter, because
Your dad didn't mistreat you, did he?
Yeah.
He wasn't, a little bit rough with you.
Again, Radio Underground, we're always joking.
It's a suspicion that I have about you. Everything about it screams.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to ask, in your guys' years and years, and with Alan, years and years and years and years.
That's 3 of them.
Of
4
work.
them, yes.
Of being in the workforce.
Yes.
Have you ever witnessed, either one of you, have you ever witnessed anybody getting like stupid arguments at work over something really stupid?
No.
Never.
Never a one time.
It doesn't even have to be work related, just something completely stupid.
I'm pretty sure that I've been like on one side, on the non-stupid side of the argument, like looking at the person going, what? Why?
I work with
Why did you say that? Why'd you start this?
white trash hillbillies and brothers from the hood. No, there's never been a single
Never.
argument.
Never. And none of them have ever been stupid if they did happen.
I walked into our loading dock area, which is also where the mailroom is and stuff, where they do all the sorting. And there was 2 gentlemen. And it was like just talking loudly at one point. But then it finally got to the point where they were like almost yelling and like calling each other stupid. They were arguing over at which point does Up North start in Michigan.
Oh, Jesus.
They're adult men. They're older than
So this
you.
this is kind of like the who would win in a fight. Superman.
It's like,
and
where does Up North start? First of all, who cares?
Yeah, first of all, there's no such place.
They're like,
how about that?
They're like, once you get past
because
Saginaw and stuff, you're up north. And all the guys like,
technically,
no,
if
when you
if
get to Gaylord.
if you're in Florida, Tennessee's up north,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
Because technically, the minute that you go from your house and let's say you get on 75 and start driving north, you're up north.
Yeah.
You are higher than you were.
Well,
But
if I were to put my line in it and be a retard like these guys were clearly being,
It was just astounded me that they were like,
what's considered up north, I think. Probably. Did one of them say north of like Bay City or Midland?
that was where the one guy
Midland, right?
No, it didn't even make it to Midland. He's like, once you get past basically Saginaw Bay City. I don't agree with that. I think you had to be further up. But the other guy was saying Gaylord. I guess
Okay.
I would probably lean a little bit more towards Gaylord.
Definitely than
Because-
Saginaw.
Well, Midland's called Midland because it's mid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mount Pleasant is actually the exact middle of the hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And Midland is actually a little south of that. So Mount Pleasant being the exact middle of the hand, technically anything north of that might be up north. But if you factor in the UP,
That's what I was going to say.
That's
yes.
then it's Gaylord.
Okay.
So now, what about this? Up north, UP north.
The Zilwaukee
had-
Bridge. See, that's a very, very city boy take, Jay.
Upper,
Jay.
upper-
Don't even start with us, Jay.
So you got the up north.
I go
there's
north of the
UP.
Zilwaukee Bridge every Thursday on my route.
UP is Upper Peninsula, so maybe that is what up north is. Only the Upper Peninsula.
I gotta say, my opinion, it's if you cut the hand into 3 parts, the upper third of it and the UP constitutes up north.
That's a fair assessment.
So I would say this, because, exactly. Midland is mid, not Midland. Midland is mid.
I still think you gotta be a little bit further north.
But I say
of that.
Mount Pleasant is true mid.
Yeah.
And then Gaylord is probably 90 miles north of that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm. Yeah.
So, because there's 2 peninsulas,
I would say.
I think Brian's right.
I would say that Gaylord's a fair assessment of that. That's where you would probably consider it.
But some people think if you're in
the quote unquote up north, even though there's really there's no place called up north. You know?
And I'll even give you above Mount Pleasant.
Maybe even Houghton Lake. Maybe Houghton Lake.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that too.
Okay.
What's up?
Sup, guys?
Sup, Morgan?
The Zilwaukee
Joey from Slipknot
Bridge.
died.
The Zilwaukee Bridge.
The way Brian said that, it's like you
Did you know that, Morgan?
You were happy to tell him or something.
I wish I would have been the one that told him the other day. I wanted to be.
He didn't know.
I know. And you told him, and I wanted to be that person.
I'm like, dude, Joey from Slipknot, so bad, or R.I.P. And he's like, what? That was his
lost his mind.
And dude, it was bad. Joey's only 46, dude. I'm gonna
yeah.
be 43. I'm incredibly old.
Joey and I had the same birthday. He's 2 years.
Brian, shut
2
up.
years younger than me.
Shut. He replaced it.
But yeah, I mean, it was
It's
all.
true.
Yes, it was.
Uncharted.
I didn't watch it.
Gordon Ramsay is playing the game Uncharted in random spots across the country.
Yes, and I didn't watch it.
He played it in the UP. He's like, I'm Nathan Drake.
It's
It's a video game podcast.
30 frames per second.
30 frames. No, it's a National Geographic show called Uncharted.
Yeah.
I found the crystal.
Found it. Crystal Skull. Oh wait, it's different.
Yeah, I saw that it was. I did not watch it.
I haven't watched it.
Do you know why? Because I've never watched any of them.
I heard it's good.
I just never watched it.
I mean, anyways, yeah, it does talk about Joey. Being serious.
No, being serious, I guess we can segue into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Gordon Ramsay,
No.
Joey Jordison.
We didn't talk much about it.
Phil, the Honorable Phil, who is horrible to all of us.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yes.
He
we
did
still
it.
call him honorable.
In our Slack group, he was like, top 5 metal bands. No, I did my top 5. We all did our top 5 in our Slack group. Slipknot wasn't in my top 5, but they were in my top 5 metal albums. And I don't care who, and people will never give them the credit. Slipknot's self-titled album, their first album, is in my top 5.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Slipknot's self-titled album is one of the greatest. Now, Joey himself loved Iowa more.
Yeah.
Many people, and Iowa was a great album, but personally, Slipknot's self-titled was fucking. It was great. It's up there with. I'm telling you, in my opinion, it's up there with Raining Blood, Master of Puppets. It's that.
I can't say that it isn't because I've honestly never listened to the whole album, but now I'm going to.
Yeah, it's that good.
The deluxe edition.
Now, Iowa was a great heavy album. It was heavier than the self-titled. It was heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joey liked it more because of that, because Joey was at his heart a thrash death guy.
Yeah.
But the self-titled album had something different to it. It had a lot of experimental. I just love the self-titled. And Iowa is a great album.
Those two albums are the two.
And nothing
besides that.
And nothing can take that. People can, and there's a big tendency to kind of shit on Slipknot because they had the outfits and the costumes.
Yeah, I did.
But they were like, oh, dude, come on. You got Kiss and everybody did this over the years.
Yeah,
no.
But
I mean,
the thing is, Kiss sucks, and they have the makeup on. Slipknot did not suck.
Exactly.
Basically, I listened to them a little bit, and I was like, yeah, they're pretty good. But I never really. But there was
here, Al. Since you guys are entertainment guys, do you know who replaced Joey? Joey left before.
I know.
A few years before he passed away.
No, I don't know.
Max Weinberg's son.
Yep.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Max Weinberg's son.
I
Jay
knew
is a tremendous Slipknot fan. he was a huge fan, and he was the reason Slipknot was on Conan. Because he's like, Dad, you got to get the, and
now he's drumming for him.
And now he drums for them, and he's a great drummer.
Because Joey left because of health problems, right? He had
That's kind of a murky subject.
Look, dude, I'm not here to repeat what people say on forums.
Yeah.
Because it could be a lie.
Yeah.
You don't know. But Joey, like myself, life choices have consequences. Mm-hmm. And that's probably what happened to Joe.
Yeah.
Well, not that I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I just saw that there was some kind of issue he had where his leg was giving him problems because but at the same time he broke up the Murder Dolls at the same time too.
Now Morgan says Slipknot opened up my world to that genre. Joey didn't leave; he was booted. Fuck Sean.
But also, can I read the stuff you said before that? Because I brought it up and I said it's still a sore topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he said my girl caught me crying and called me pussy. So
She's right.
So I came in her. That's
I'm the same. I liked Iowa better than the Self.
And I that's not a bad choice. I'm the same as Mike. I prefer the self-titled, but Iowa was a hell of an album. I loved it. We waited for it to come out, and I bought it the first day it came out. Those two albums are it, though.
And you are not a diehard metalhead. Brian is definitely not like a metalhead where he was waiting for the new metal album from all these different bands. So that says
me
a
and
lot.
Nick, anything they wrote about Slipknot and Rolling Stone or Spin or whatever, we read it and we were waiting for Iowa to come out.
Right.
And we heard about the title track. Iowa's 15 minutes long or something. Just this big, huge, tribal type thing going on. Love that. But it just that self-titled, man. I don't know. Me and Mike used to drive around that Thunderbird and listen to it all the time. All the time. Love that album. Good shit. And we used to think
prop hole, so I would have left as well.
It was a prop hole.
I don't know. A prop hole.
Okay.
Whatever.
But because I remember listening to the self-titled in the Thunderbird, and
did you
he said
know these people?
He said liberate my madness, but for the longest time we thought he said ripe bananas.
A prop hole, but then he said a pedophile.
Oh.
Who?
Oh no, that was The
guitarist from Murder Dolls?
One of them, yeah. He was also in not Static X. Was it? He was in a couple different.
One of them was Static X.
He was I can't think. I think it was Dope.
Yeah,
he was in the band Dope. I forgot his name, but he was definitely a jailbait hunter.
Yeah, because Joey's the one that formed. He put more, with Wednesday 13 or whatever.
Yeah, no, that one song by Murder Dolls, "Welcome to the Strange."
Yeah,
it's a great song.
Oh, I love that album.
But see,
album.
Al, it's still on topic. You're a Joey Jordison fan.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I like I said, Slipknot. I'm not. I wasn't. It wasn't that I wasn't a fan. It's just I never really totally got into them.
I'm going to be brutally honest, Al. At our age, how old we are now, I don't know that you're going to go back to that self-titled and be like,
get the same thing from
right. You're not angsty. You're not.
Yeah, but you know what? Though
you're incredibly old.
Being a guy who can still put Rain and Blood and put Seasons in the Abyss and put metal albums in and still get just as amped up when I listen to them.
Yeah.
I could probably get in there and really appreciate it. I'm sure of it.
What happened with Joe? He I ain't gonna. He had problems.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But Morgan also who's a way more Morgan's a way more diehard Slipknot fan than I'll ever be, and he blames Sean for a lot of it. So
yeah, I can see that. This says fuck Sean.
But in my opinion,
and Sean is what
Sean was a guitarist.
Oh, okay.
Slipknot, in my opinion, is going to have difficulty. They'll make money going forward, but we've talked about the Lynyrd Skynyrd thing where you're a cover band of yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Paul, and this is Corey Taylor's words, not mine. This is Corey Taylor, the singer. He's like, Paul wrote most of the music.
Yeah.
Paul's gone.
Yeah.
Joey was the most gifted member of the band. far as the technical playing,
Mm-hmm.
Joe's gone.
Yeah.
Now Mick and Jim are great guitar players. I don't know how well they write. I don't know. I don't know really. But if Paul wrote everything and Joey was the best arranger, like arranged everything, you know.
Well, I mean, look, like
But
after
I don't know their dynamic. Maybe they can come up with great shit. I don't know.
I mean, personally, like when, like Slayer, Hanneman wrote most of the greatest shit they had.
Yeah, Jeff Hanneman and me and you talked about this 20 years ago, and like I didn't know because I was just
Jeff Hanneman wrote almost everything.
and you're
originally.
like I like this song because I thought Kerry was the guy.
No.
And I remember I told him like Kerry, because Kerry was the guy that liked to be in the media and talk.
Yeah.
Jeff liked to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah. Always.
And you told me Jeff wrote Rain in Blood, like the whole album.
No.
And if you look at Rain in Blood, the writing credits, Jeff wrote the whole fucking thing.
That's not true. Yeah. Metal Church wrote all of it.
Yeah, Metal Church wrote it all right.
Yeah,
That's the reason. Yeah, Metal Church wrote every metal band's greatest hits.
Yep.
But you know,
they couldn't crack anything on
Kept all the shit for themselves.
And he basically incorporated, like, obviously they all started to write more as they, but he was the guy. He knew how to put a song together very young. He knew all of how to put it together, how to write the songs, and so eventually they all started to help. Really, probably around Divine Intervention was when you really started seeing Tom and Kerry doing more. But they also weren't as great of albums as they went along.
No, it wasn't. Well, the thing about Slayer was Jeff and Kerry were that's why Slayer was so good. It was so raw. It was almost like punk rock, but metal.
Yeah. And they were both huge punk fans.
And they were so raw. Like they took guitar lessons to learn how to play after they were already rock stars.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know theory. They didn't know, like, well, why does this do this?
Yeah. Same thing with
they went and got trained later.
Yeah,
like,
same thing with Lombardo. He started taking drum lessons,
like
jazz drum.
Yeah, jazz fusion.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're just amazing. And but anyways, back to the Slipknot thing. Joey, he was just one of those people too that he just had it. Like some people just can play.
Yeah.
And he just,
Well, they said he started his first band at like 13 years old or something like that.
Yep.
13 or 14 years old. So that's why I was arranging songs and stuff. And it seemed to be like Paul was the guy he could write. And it seemed like these two guys were the guys who could put everything together. You know,
Yep.
and that starts young, you know.
yeah, it was a cool. Slipknot was a really cool story because there were so much mythology around them. Because when they first came out, and I told Morgan this on a text, and I'll just call him.
You should.
He's just on, like here.
Now I just got to see Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig. It's always on
While they're doing this small reunion.
Well,
Never.
I hope you get to see him.
I heard a little by him. Yeah.
Also, Eyeless is my favorite song of the self-titled album.
Girl in his band had a fake leg.
Morgan, what's up?
Joey lost his virginity to a girl in his band that had a fake leg.
Joey lost a virginity to a girl that had a fake leg?
That was in his band?
Yeah, he talked about it during the Rolling Stones interview.
And she played in the band?
Yeah.
Oh. In Slipknot?
No, the band, the high school band.
Oh, his high school band. Okay.
Didn't you drive to like Louisville or something to see, or Cincinnati to see them?
Yeah, me and Simon and his then girlfriend ended up going, and we had 4 tickets, so they called everybody in and had them sit in the back, and to make sure everybody had a fair chance to get to the front, you had to run to the front. And I remember as soon as they fucking said, "All right, go," there was this girl in front of me, and I fucking threw her about fucking 6 feet to get the fuck out of my way. And I ended up getting right in the front row.
Wow.
Some poor girl got trampled by a rhino.
All right, so other than a girl got trampled, you're saying that you ran faster than everybody else trying to get to the front?
I'm telling
That
you right
is
now,
commitment.
I was fat, but I could move.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
That's commitment. That's a love for a band. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember after the concert, Simon said, "All I heard was go, and the only thing I saw was your ass crack going."
Yeah, that's commitment, man. Yeah.
Well, the thing was, and it was Joey. They had a band interview, and Joey was talking about the fans, and he said Slipknot made it a point, no matter if they were on a bigger tour, they would do satellite tours within the tour. They would take extra time to go to small towns. He said, kids in small towns deserve to see us just as much as the big towns.
Because they're from a small town.
And they're from Iowa. And they were like, dude, so they would do Ozfest, and so they were here in Detroit. They would go to, like, the machine shop up in Flint or these little satellite towns. I'm not saying that that's where they went, but you know what I mean. They would do these little things to make sure the kids could see them, because not every kid who's 14, parents are going to, like, say they live in Alpena, and they're not going to let them drive down to DTE.
Right.
You know, they're like, so they were real conscientious of, like, getting the kids in.
It's Pine Knob.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they also had to make as much money as possible, because if I'm not mistaken, the first 3 albums, the self-titled, Iowa, and Liminal Verses, Roadrunner made all the money from the album.
Yeah, Roadrunner was really good at that shit.
Well, yeah, like Corey said before, Roadrunner take all the money we made them and pay Nickelback.
Yeah, Roadrunner scammed every band, dude. Roadrunner scammed every band.
So Jay said still one of the best tours I ever seen was Pledge of Allegiance, Slipknot, and System of a Down. Yeah, I remember when that
Kobo with Rammstein.
That would be pretty cool.
Rammstein.
But yeah, Morgan, we were talking about this when we were texting, because it was kind of shitty when we found out that Joey passed away. But I was when I found out about Slipknot, I was already an adult. I was like 21. You were like a kid, so it was like a different burning into the brain. Like Slipknot was your Slayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like
I actually remember the first time I ever heard of them. I was in 7th grade Misfits science class, and my buddy Kyle, who wasn't a Jew, handed me a burnt copy of their self-titled album, and he was like, "Here, dude, you'll love this." And I was like, "All right, I listened to like rock, I guess, that old shit back in the 90s." And they literally opened it up for me. Like, as soon as I got that self-titled, all through 7th and 8th grade, that's all I'd listen to. And then Iowa come out. That is literally all I listened to. And that Iowa album came out right around the time YouTube was starting to get big. So I'd get on YouTube and type in Slipknot, listen to the songs, and it would suggest other bands. And that's how I really got into the whole scene, was by looking up Slipknot on YouTube and finding all these other kinds of bands.
Well, that's the thing. Last week we had that band Chaosium.
Yeah.
From Switzerland. They were like new metal. And what people don't realize, Slipknot got called new metal, but they were different than new metal. Completely.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they were way heavier.
Yeah.
But when I credit Joey Jordison and with a lot of people, even my own drummer Nick. Hi Nick, because I know Nick listens.
Yeah.
And with
Yo, Nick.
Joey switched from the double pedal to the actual double bass drums again. Joey went old school. He's like, all my heroes, Igor Caravallera, Dave Lombardo, they had the double bass drums, not just the pedals. Nick switched over from the double pedal to the double bass because of Joey Jordison. And then, like, metalcore happened, and people were doing blast beats and other things and I don't care what anyone says, the blast beats and all the death metal stuff, like, that was underground, man. That was like, Deicide and Steve Aisheim and all those guys. But that kind of was underground, and that was not like a thing. Joey Jordison comes along, he's blasting and doing the double, and now metalcore happens and everybody's blasting. Yeah. And I think Joey Jordison is responsible for the metalcore, like, drummers with the blast. Don't you think?
He's a pioneer, man.
He brought it all in. He brought it all back. Not a pioneer, but he like a re-upload, right?
Well,
he brought it all back.
He brought it.
You could still say he's a pioneer. That he pioneered into the next the next generation of people. He brought something back to them. So I mean,
but he was a huge Death Angel fan. Death Angel.
Yeah.
So he was into blasting and all that. And Gene Hoglan, who's on Twitch. By the way, Gene Hoglan's a phenomenal drummer.
The announcer for WWE.
But but Morgan, don't you remember that though when Joey came along and switched to the double bass drums and the blasting, and then everybody was blasting after that.
I never noticed it when I was listening to their self-titled album. I really noticed it when I listened to Iowa and the Heretic Anthem would play. And I remember watching it on Conan when it was counting down doing the 6, 6, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah.
And then Joey just fucking started double bassing. That got me so obsessed with drums after I heard that I was just like fucking just hooked forever.
And that is insane that they did it. They went on that show, and then Joey's replacement was the son of that show's drummer. So Jay Weinberg was why they were on there. He was a fan. And now Jay's Jay's a great drummer, man. I no disrespect. Jay's great.
And Max Weinberg was the drummer for.
He brings a different kind of drum sound and drum feel to it. But for some reason, I just can't get past the fact of what happened to Joey and got kicked out and all that shit. And I've been so fucking just aggravated about it, mostly because of Sean, that fucking piece of shit.
That's where I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to be a huge Slipknot fan overall. It's just the first two albums were great. The first self-titled was a top 5 to me. Top 5 of
I know.
But I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know all I know of Slipknot right now is occasionally Corey Taylor makes a funny or goofy statement because he's got a wit about him, and that's all I really know about Slipknot in present day. But
Well, I remember after Joey Jordison got kicked out of Slipknot, everybody was trying to figure out why. About 3 months after he got kicked out, a statement come out, and apparently Joey had developed some kind of neurological disorder with his
that's what I read.
From his mid back down, and was having to get carried on and off stage because his legs wasn't working right. And I remember reading in the article, he said he was just sitting at home and he got a message from his buddy saying, "Hey man, sorry to hear." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And that's how he found out that he even got kicked out of Slipknot.
Oh, no shit.
Wow. Yeah.
I can guarantee you every bit of it was Sean, because Sean owns the band and he's actually being sued right now by Chris. The
one
that
Chris
has
is
a real long nose.
Yeah, Dick knows.
Because apparently Sean is mismanaging the money and not paying everybody their fair share because he's taking profits and moving it to offshore.
Oh wow! Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, I just there was a brief little thing about Joey saying that he had this neuro something. It was a neurological thing. But it was neuro something cosis. I don't know, but that's what they said. It was something with his legs, and so obviously they didn't go into any more detail than that. Just that he had passed.
Yeah.
So
and he also said, because he said it on I think it was an Instagram statement. He wrote a statement out and posted it. That, after so long, his legs got better and he was walking again and he was feeling fine. And, he said he was hoping to rejoin Slipknot, but he said he never heard from him. He said he didn't hear from nobody in Slipknot once he got kicked out. I think it was other than Corey. Corey called him to say he was sorry and everything that had happened, but he claimed he didn't hear from anybody except for Corey.
Wow. Well, that sucks. Yeah, there's different theories and stuff that I've read online, and because it's totally conjecture and I don't know, I'm not going to say anything, but all I know is Joey was a phenomenal drummer, and he influenced just a shit ton of drummers, man. Like a lot of people, it's kind of like, there's Dave Lombardo. He influenced everybody. We're going to rip. Dave Lombardo caused death metal. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Dave Lombardo started doing that shit. Death metal comes.
Yep.
Joey is like the metalcore, like the drummers with the blasting and everything is, everything on Roadrunner, everything on Napalm Records, everything is blasting. Now, I know the death metal bands like were already around through Joey and everything. I'm just saying he kind of brought it to the front, and then everybody's just trying to rip, So Slipknot was a very iconic band, and they come along.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Metallica, there's Pantera, and there's Slayer.
But Slipknot was like the next generation Slayer.
Yeah, they came. Yeah, they were the heaviest.
Because I just remember years ago this kid going, "Oh no, man, Slipknot's way better than Slayer," and I go, "Dude, I'm gonna smack you if you don't get the fuck away from me." And I didn't know who they were.
Like Kerry King shit on every band. Like he thought no one was any good.
Yeah,
Kerry King from Slayer. But I remember an interview with him. He saw Slipknot and he goes, "That's a fucking band there."
Yeah.
The Kerry King was like, "This Slipknot band is good," and he really liked Corey Taylor, the singer. And Corey is a great singer.
Corey's got a really good voice, man.
And
I don't like Stone Sour; they can fuck off. But I like his voice.
Yeah.
And I've seen him cover. Like I saw like some live performances of him doing cover songs, and he's got a really great range of vocals.
No, like Corey Taylor's kind of. Go ahead, Morgan. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's got a voice that he can throw out.
Yeah,
mostly because that neck is like.
He's just got like his vocal range is really. Yeah, he sings a lot. He can sing a lot of different stuff.
Because he's a skinny guy with a big neck. He reminds me of Matt, my brother-in-law. Matt has that big neck and head, so it's like Corey Taylor.
I've seen some stuff with them. Personally, I don't listen to Stone Sour. It's just generic shit to me. Yeah. I've heard some stuff that he's done, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to deny his voice is fucking really good. The night after Chris Cornell killed himself, he did Outshine. He's like, I'm not sure if I remember all the lyrics, and I watched him do it, and he was fucking amazing, dude. For not probably not singing that song, really, not practicing or anything.
It's amazing. Yeah, like Brian was saying earlier, Brian is not the biggest metalhead you'll ever meet.
No.
But when I had that Slipknot self-titled, Brian would we'd ride I'd pick him up from work, and we'd listen to that self-titled a lot.
He'd get amped.
Amped up.
Brian's like, I'm going to deliver.
We would listen to it and not react at all and pull up next to people.
I'm going to deliver these blueprints.
And they probably thought we were psycho. They probably thought because we would pull up at stop signs next to people blasting Slipknot or lights, and we would, usually when you're listening to metal, you have some kind of reaction. You're like, yeah. We would just sit there, dead as a doornail.
Just stare forward. Yeah,
just staring forward. But we're listening to Slipknot.
Yeah.
So Morgan, I got to ask you, as a diehard Slipknot fan, way bigger fan than I ever was. At what point are they a cover band of themselves? Like, are they like Lynyrd Skynyrd, where so many people are dead or not in the band that they're like a tribute band to themselves? Are they there yet? Or
I don't particularly think they're there yet, due to the fact that they've got rid of 3 members are missing, but 2 are dead. 1 got replaced because of a death, and the 2 got replaced. I think if they do one more, they're a cover.
Who's the third? It's Craig, the sound guy?
Yeah, Craig, the percussionist guy. They got rid of him and brought in a different guy that has like a burn face mask.
Well, if Corey was out of the band, then they're just a cover.
Oh, they wouldn't even.
Right.
I think that it's because Paul wrote most of the stuff, and Joey's they're really pushing the line.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I honestly think as long as they don't lose one more member to death, and they just replace them, then I think they're pretty much Slipknot Junior.
Yeah. Now I will say this. The 2 guitar players, Jim and Mick, and Corey. So you got Jim and Mick and Corey, right? The 3 of them can probably carry the load. Because they're really good guitar players, and then Corey. But if one of them 3, so you get Mick, Jim, or Corey, if one of them passes, then to me it's done, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I agree with you. Well, this last album they did, if you want to get the sense of how Jim Root writes music, this last album is a perfect example of him. Because if I'm not mistaken, I watched a live wire interview with him. He was in the studio for the whole thing. He was writing a lot of it, playing a lot of it. And I think this last album they did really shows his style of music, because Mick doesn't even like to go in the studio. They said Mick comes in for a week, plays his parts that's already written, and leaves.
Wow.
No, Mick is like legitimately, people always try to play the anti-hero. I don't want to be a rock star. This isn't me. I think Mick means it.
Yeah, he just comes in and plays his game.
He literally does not
He wants to be a guitar player. He doesn't want to be.
Yeah, he like lives. He still lives in Iowa. Does not care to be famous. It's like literally not even on his radar.
Right.
And he even said in an interview, he goes, I seen this. He goes, I'll see this. Like we go to meet and greets, right? And he goes, I see this line of kids. He goes, he's like, I can't believe these kids. I would never fucking stand in the line to meet me ever. he's like, just go. He's like, just go home, man. You don't need to like stand here. Like you're wasting your time.
Yeah, it's a total waste of time.
Yeah, like so. I like that Mick's sense of humor is real, like self-deprecating, and it's pretty funny. Because they asked him one time, like, how's stardom? And he's like fattening because he put on like 50 pounds. It's like,
He also likes to help kids. He volunteers a lot of his off time. He goes down to the local guitar center and does free lessons for kids.
Yeah, he's a guitar teacher. He loves teaching the guitar. Yeah.
We should just make that his career. Don't worry about it.
Unlike Sean.
Yeah.
He likes to practice
Think about
hiding money and getting rid of fucking the best members they got. Fucking idiot.
Slipknot's guitarist, impressive 6'5" and 6'6" in height. Giant guys. Mick and Jim are fucking huge. Both of them.
Yeah, Jay just brought up something, and I forgot about that, but Joey was actually handpicked by Metallica one time to fill in for a show that Lars couldn't play.
Yeah.
And that was a while
Lars
ago.
Blew himself up with fire, fucking idiot.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the funny thing...
when he got hit with the pyrotechnic.
Wait, that was James Hetfield.
No, that was James.
Yeah, because he couldn't play guitar.
That was like an 80.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
What the fuck happened to Lars?
No, I'll tell you the story of that because I watched the YouTube video a million times. Lars got sick. James Hetfield goes there. We got friends from the back that are going to help us finish our set because Lars is sick. And the two guys that filled in played Lars shit with their dicks because they're really much better than Lars.
Yeah.
It was Dave Lombardo, another god, and then Joey. And Joey played half the songs, and Dave played the other half. And they didn't even have to rehearse or because they're so good.
It was in 2004.
Dave Lombardo played Battery, which Battery is probably Lars' most fast song, right?
Right.
One of them. And Dave Lombardo is like,
like
he's like not even out of breath or anything. And then Joey, same thing.
Yeah, this is not difficult.
Joey played Disposable Heroes with his nose.
Yeah.
It's like
with Lars, it's mostly a simple drum beat with a random tom feel somewhere, and just goofy. You throw my hand places, shit.
Yeah, no, I did hear that. I heard a lot of drummers say Lars is actually really hard to replicate because he plays wrong. Like literally, like they say. Like I don't mean
He does. It's not traditional.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on him. That might be a compliment in a way, because they say Lars plays incorrectly. It's hard to cover, especially that. Like listen to One. That song One, and Lars is like it like seems like it's jumping. Lars by not knowing how to play is hard to play.
or he purposely like. Yeah.
But again, the thing is, if you're the founder of the band, you're in. So,
right.
I might be the worst member of Radio Underground, but it's my house.
Yeah.
So that's what Lars is doing.
It's my house.
And you came up with the name, so
yeah.
And it's
I could
his
be
Mac.
the shittiest broadcaster.
and it's your Mac.
Everybody in my show's better than me, but it don't matter because it's my house.
Yeah.
I'm Lars of Radio Underground. They have no choice. Brian's married and Al lives in a basement.
You know what? Yeah.
So like
I'm a Cella Dwella.
Yeah, I'm all we got. You know?
It's true.
Yeah.
And if we ever make it famous,
The
everyone's
girls love it when I say that.
everyone's gonna like, get rid of Mike. Like, I can't. He found the thing.
I'm not
You know?
shitting you. The girls love it when I go, I'm a Cella Dwella.
Yeah.
When you all get your big Spotify buyout of 200
Oh,
million.
shit. Oh, my God. You know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do?
250,000 would be fine.
Do you know what I'm going to do when we get that 200 million? 2 chicks at once.
He had 2 chicks at the same time.
Fucking A.
You have no problem doing that now. You just yank it out at the bar.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
He just figures it'll make it a lot easier.
And Al's just got to show him the meat whistle, right?
Yeah. I'm just be like, fucking A. Doing it. 2 chicks at once. Yep.
Yep.
Now, I'm probably going to eat a lot of ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a soccer team.
Ooh. Yeah, because I'm like not a soccer fan, so that would be like totally something I would want to do. Like,
There's not
I'm
a lot
just
of them around though.
Yeah,
You know, I figured.
I would just like, yeah,
I'm going
or
to buy me a harem.
Well, yeah, I would buy the harem first.
or like get like an expansion, like lacrosse team or something. For
Yeah,
like the-
lacrosse is big.
yeah,
It's getting big.
yeah.
The Undergrounders is like a worms team.
Start a Shirling,
Like, oh.
start a Shirling team.
Yeah. That
Kids in the Hall.
Shirling?
Shirling
Something to do with,
with the
curling.
snake. Oh yeah. Do you remember that? Did you see the Kids in the Hall episode with Shirling?
Forever ago.
Yeah, when they got the snake, they're like trying to avoid getting bit by it. And then like, I think it's Bruce McCullough. He's like, yeah, he goes, how'd it go? And they're like, oh, good, and he gives him his cut because he started the team or whatever. He gave him the money to fund it. And he's like sitting in a big monster truck. He goes, it's the way it was when I started monster trucking back in the days.
Dan, you're a girl drink drunk.
Yeah, Dan, you're a girl drink drunk.
I watched that clip a while ago.
Oh my God,
So good.
It's so good.
Where he goes in, he's like, goes into the boss's office, and the boss is like, "You want a drink?" And he's like, he comes up with the most complicated drink he can think of to have make, and he starts. He's like, "All right," starts making. It's like an hour later, and he's like, twisting,
up
like
the fruit.
chopping up the fruit and shit. Oh my gosh.
Morgan,
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste your time with old people stuff. I'm going to let you go.
Alrighty.
But if we're going to get into Kids in the Hall, you're like, if you thought we were old now, it's really old.
No, I'm done with it.
But no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I only have one more thing to say.
Hey,
Riz,
Jeff, you're a faggot.
all right.
Yeah.
Insult us
Wait,
in the comment section.
Did he say something about me?
Keep us keep us honest. Keep us on our toes. Insult us
All right, I will.
like you
Jeff,
always
you're gay.
do.
You're listening to this.
Oh,
Jeff,
Jeff.
you're a
Yeah,
faggot.
Jeff.
Jeff, you're gay.
Jeff is gay.
All right, Jeff is
is
gay,
fag.
as we know. All right, he's gone.
Yeah, so Jay was saying, semi-related. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, girls played with a lot of...
A couple of years back, Caged Elephant was opening for the Foo Fighters on tour. Their drummer got super sick, and they wanted to grow and was like, "We have to leave this tour. It sucks." Or leave the tour. This sucks. Dave was like, "Hang on, I'll figure out something. Don't leave the tour." A couple hours later, he comes back and is like, "I learned your set. I'll drum for you guys."
He's like, I learned your shit. That's what he's saying. It took him hours. He's
Without Dave Grohl, we wouldn't have the first Tenacious D album
no.
because he played on that.
Yep.
Not exclusively, but he played on a lot of it.
Yep. He did some Queen of the Stone Age
Queens of
stuff.
Stone Age. Yep. What was the fucking?
And actually, like, I think the first Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins wasn't on the first one. He did all the drumming. I think
somebody else did, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't like this," and he just redid it all.
Yeah, and he redid it all.
Didn't tell the guy.
Yeah.
Well, he had a band he was in with a bunch of other people.
Probot.
Yeah, and he did that. That was
Yep.
awesome shit.
Yep.
That was Lemmy, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl's a cool guy,
Yeah. And
except for the way that he didn't tell the guy he was changing all his drum tracks. But other than that,
yeah. Yeah. But whatever.
yeah.
Well, that and then he had the Illuminati kill Kurt Cobain so that he could start the Foo Fighters and have an awesome career.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that was that's totally real.
Speaking of which, I listened to the new Foo Fighters album on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
And Jay, you're listening. Have you listened to the new Foo Fighters album? because it does not sound like a Foo Fighters album. There's like one point I'm listening to a song, and I swear to God, I'm getting like David Bowie Let's Dance vibes off this one song.
I saw something on Loudwire, an article I was reading that he said that he was doing something completely different with this album.
Yeah, I'd heard they were, but like a lot of times people say that, and it's like different, yeah, but still like,
but not different.
Like if you heard this album as the first thing you ever heard by Foo Fighters, I mean it's nothing like anything they've ever done. It's not bad. It's actually, some of it's quite catchy, but it's different for them.
Okay.
It's different. Like a lot of dancier stuff, if you will.
Okay, cool. Well,
it's
I might have to check it.
It's only like 8 or 9 songs long. It's really short. So if you get a chance to check it out, do it. But it's
that used to be a full album.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was like everybody had like 8 songs. You had 8 songs, maybe 10. Nobody had more than 10 unless you were a punk band.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, that's true. Punk bands, yeah, but my guess is that most of the songs were around 4 minutes.
It was just
Not
like
the Beatles though. Beatles always had like.
But I mean, like I'm saying, like I mean,
it's a 37-minute album.
Metallica, all of them, they were like 8. Like side 1, 4 songs, flip it over, side 2, 4 songs.
Yeah, but Metallica songs were like anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes long.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like that.
Yeah.
That was the.
Yeah, no, I get it.
When I was, that was what you got on an album. But they put an album out every other year.
That's true.
So you were always getting songs.
It was,
and now people like they put a lot more songs on their albums, but you don't get as many albums.
No, it's true. That's true.
Jay, I just sent you my phone number. Just call in.
Jay, just call in.
Call in, Jay. I don't think I have them on my my actual contacts.
If you want.
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Okay. I might as well just get Jay in for a few minutes. If you can't be here, you might as well be here.
Well, I don't understand why he couldn't be here if he's like listening to us.
I don't know. You got to ask him.
I shall.
You need to ask him. But yeah, Foo Fighters is always like a. I know they're always a band they're good. Like it's good, solid rock.
The Bee Gees cover one.
The Bee Gees cover one. Yeah.
They cover a Foo Fighters song.
Jay, I Facebook message you my phone number. Call in.
Jay,
give us 15 minutes of your time.
Jay,
since you're not here. But I sent it direct. I didn't send it in our Radio Underground private chat.
Yeah, it's direct, dude. I don't know. So that means from your personal to his personal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, not myself. I don't have Jay's cell
did
phone.
A whole EP of Bee Gees covers. Oh, yeah. Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
I heard about them doing that.
Bee Gees?
Yeah, I heard about him doing like the Bee Gees covers, which I thought was cool because I grew up listening to the Bee Gees.
As did anyone that's old.
You and me and Helene dancing, watching Dance Fever.
Yeah, old Dance Fever.
Watching Dance Fever, listening to the Bee Gees and Michael Jackson. Dance Fever, man, every Saturday night, 7:30. Denny Terrio.
Oh, Denny Terrio.
Denny Terrio, the Disco King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got done pissing.
When you said it, like, yeah. We added.
So he's not calling, is he?
Well,
probably won't.
I sent him my phone number via the
intranet.
I don't have his personal phone number, so I didn't send him that. I didn't call him.
FaceTime.
I would have just called him.
You brought up a good point. You said that Taylor wasn't on the first album because he was busy
with Alanis Morissette.
Playing for Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, he was busy doing Jagged Little Pill.
Which, you know what?
And banging Alanis.
That album changed a lot of people's lives.
Yep. My 1996 was nothing without that album. No, that's that's from Family Guy. Carter Pewterschmidt.
Oh.
My 1996 was nothing. I'm laying in bed. I actually got to. And
weekend work.
We didn't need to know that you were laying in bed.
Jay will not be calling in.
All right. So anyway,
Jay's laying in bed. All
Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
Satin Gold.
I think that's actually what it's called. I thought
Dale.
it was a misprint. But
No.
the Foo Fighters,
No, Dale.
that's one band where I've always enjoyed them
Does he want out
Yeah,
again?
Me too.
because they always start.
Yes.
Most of the
I'll
stuff,
just let him out. The weather's fine.
I'll let him out.
most of the early, especially the early stuff. I love anything that has maybe the songs don't have humor, but the videos had plenty of humor. Oh yeah, love that shit. And then their songs are always, like you said, solid rock. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Definitely popular. They've sold enough albums. Yeah. Enough stuff going on. So when someone told me that they said there was no way that they were first ballot Hall of Famers, I was like, well, you're stupid.
No, I believe that they are because,
Said
they're absolutely.
Yeah, and it's.
And this is, I think, 25 years.
No,
this
they're
year.
on the ballot right now.
Yeah, this year is 25 years
Yeah.
they've been a band.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Because 96 was when 95 was when the first album came out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're eligible, and that guy. It was a few years ago. Still, he's like, oh, they haven't done anything.
This is a great song.
It's a great song.
Everlong's great. Good, entertaining.
You got to give them
videos.
their. You got to give them their due, man.
Yeah. This is
And the Hall of Fame don't mean shit, obviously.
No, I don't.
But to say that there's no way that they are is just. Oh, thanks.
good. Get ready for bed.
Jay
That's a
says
roaring endorsement, right?
your
It
show is fantastic for having on in the background while putting laundry away and getting ready for bed.
You know what all I can see is your show is fantastic.
Yeah, read the first four
That's all
words.
that matters.
We're gonna paraphrase that. That's gonna be the quote we put on the website.
And
your show is fantastic.
Wait, your show is fantastic. That's a roaring endorsement.
And think about it, Jay. You're part of your own favorite show.
Yes.
Could you imagine being that?
Man, I was hoping he was gonna be here. I want to talk
This
hockey
is
with him.
yeah. This video is awesome too.
Oh
It
yeah,
really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so many of them were good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
Very good.
still like the best ones. The first album, right? Big Me.
Big Me
With the Futos.
Futos.
Yeah, dude. That one's.
And then after that, Learn to Fly with
yeah.
Tenacious
Yep.
D and
Yep.
Radio.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a very music-heavy show.
Well, yeah,
It's all the legends, man.
Yes.
If they're leaving us.
because we really
Yeah.
didn't get into Dusty Hill too much, which
No.
because Jay actually brought up a very good point about ZZ Top,
What's that?
because they kind of took over the mantle of Back to the Future rock in part 3.
Yeah,
from Huey Lewis in the News,
Double back.
double back. But he had a good point. Think about it. Those
They
guys
were in it.
Those guys looked old as fuck in that movie.
But they weren't.
They were like 40.
Yeah.
They were 40 years old.
No, dude, Billy, Dusty, and Frank looked. Well, Frank never looked that old.
No.
Till now.
No.
No, yeah, but he's
Frank,
in his 70s.
But Dusty and Billy looked old like all my life.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just because
it's like
they
a
had
George
the beard.
Burns thing. Remember George Burns was never young,
Ever.
Right.
ever.
Yeah, they had the long beards and they always wore glasses. You know, they always wore shades. So I mean, you know, you really didn't know what they looked like. You know, I remember seeing the first time I seen them without the shades on. I'm like, wow, I didn't know they had eyes.
Dude,
I thought they just
They were 40 years old in Back to the Future 3.
I think we talked about it on a previous episode where they were like the opposite of the hitchhiker, the hitcher.
Yeah.
Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker shows up, bad things happen, right?
Yeah.
That was like the general theme.
Yep.
Yeah,
But when ZZ Top shows up, pussy happened.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
So it's like you know what I mean? It's like the opposite
yeah.
of the
like all the
hitchhiker.
videos from Eliminator. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they would just show up. There'd be a badass car with a bunch of chicks. You know,
You're like,
sharp
"She's
dressed
got
man. You know.
legs." Yeah.
Sharp dressed man. You know, all of a sudden the dude's got, you know, he's a valet, and next thing you know, he's got this bad suit, driving this bad car with chicks all around him.
Yeah,
all because they handed him a key with CZ on it.
Yeah, there's like hot chicks everywhere.
It's true.
You know, and like, and Alice Cooper pointed this out. Billy Gibbons was Jimi Hendrix's favorite guitar player.
Oh yeah,
He fucking remember they were just a bluesy kind of outfit, but like that was the dude that Jimi Hendrix was like, that guy's badass because everybody can rip or do a bunch of shit, a bunch of playing.
Oh yeah, there was
but if you can like, you know, I'm not gonna pretend to be like a big ZZ Top worshiper, but Billy knew how to fucking use his chords and bounce his rhythms, and he could play. He could definitely play,
man. I like a lot of the real early stuff too. I mean, like before, the 80s.
Dude, Cheap Sunglasses.
Just Got Paid. That's one of my jams.
Yep.
Just got paid today.
Pearl Necklace.
Yeah.
About a cum shot.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah, but Hendrix had a few guys that he like considered great,
Terry Kath.
and Terry Kath was one of them. He said that guy is, and he was. If you ever listened to, but yeah, Billy Gibbons, man, fucking great.
Yep.
And one of these days we're gonna have to, we're gonna be doing a show about this guy too. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So because they're all getting old.
Yeah,
No offense, guys, you're all getting old.
Everybody's old.
Think about it. Like everybody we like is probably older than us, so they're in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
Because for people younger than us to impress us, it'd be hard because when you're old, you're set in your ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is there a 22-year-old guy out there like oh my god, like it seems weird to me. A guy I work with, Jeremy. He's like my age, 40. He's actually a little older. He's like 44. He's like, have you ever checked out this Bonamassa kid?
John.
Yeah, and he's younger than you.
Joe.
Weird.
Joe?
Oh yeah,
Joe Bonamassa.
Joe.
It's like, dude, he's badass.
Is he younger? I didn't know who. I don't know.
I don't even know. It's new to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He might be older than me for all I fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know because I know there's a guy at work and he's only like 31, 32 years old and he loves them.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, but he likes a lot of older music too because I hear him playing different stuff all the time. So
that's a good point, Jared. They're called ZZ Top in Canada.
Yes,
I don't know.
We already said that
You
earlier
steal
in the
my
show.
We have to ask.
I said that already.
The honorable Lightning Hands. A few different listeners we have in Canada, but I'm sorry I didn't hear.
No,
you guys remember. You got to remember.
You were going through the microphones.
You guys don't drink, so I forget things that you're never going to forget.
He's right around our age. He's 44.
Well, yeah.
He's fucking older than me.
He started his career at age 12 when he opened for B.B. King.
That's pretty good.
B.B. King was good at adopting the baddest white guitar players he could find.
Yeah.
It's like, here's Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, B.B.
kid.
King couldn't play rhythm.
No.
Flat out told people that too. He wasn't a rhythm guitar player. He played lead.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
That's why he always had a guitar player playing with him.
Yeah, he always liked his little white children.
Whoa.
No, I don't mean that as a he had his white boys he liked to play with.
I'm gonna make a copy of this and edit it.
All right, wait.
Like
No, he had his white boys.
I mean, this is before Michael Jackson did that.
False. Jimi Hendrix's favorite guitar player was Sinister Gates.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. That's right.
It'd be funny, how people always they never the funny thing about musicians is they never in their own personal time what you think they like.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Varg, he's a white nationalist, black metal guy. He hates all this. Like, what's your favorite music? Well, I like Michael Jackson. When I'm on my own, just quiet. It's never what you think it is,
Yeah, it's funny because I probably own 4 different Jimi Hendrix shirts. I'm obviously a huge fan, always have been, and it's every time I wear one, somebody older than me always comes up to me and says something but one particular one was, what do you know about Jimi Hendrix? I'm like, I know he was one of the greatest guys to ever pick up a Fender Strat.
Yeah.
I know he died 3 years before I was born. I know a lot of stuff. What do you want?
They always use that as an excuse, oh, you weren't even alive as around. He's like, that's why they record their fucking music.
And then you hear,
so future generations can hear it.
They always say the stupidest shit. They're like, yeah, I saw him at Woodstock. Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, really?
How could you appreciate the Magna Carta, kid?
And then you find out that they're only 59.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yep.
So you didn't see him at Woodstock unless you were fucking born there.
Yeah. That happened to me once, and I pointed out to someone's mom. They're like, I was at Woodstock. I'm thinking. And I said, I'm like, wait, you would have been 8.
Yeah, it's like this guy.
You went to Woodstock at 8?
What do you know about the Sistine Chapel?
This guy used to always bring up he still hangs out at all these little bars around here, and I know who he is, but he always would always talk about like all these groups he saw and stuff. And I was wearing a Ramones shirt. He goes, yeah, dude, I saw them back in like 73 at this place. I go, no, you didn't. He goes, yeah, I did. I go, not in 1973.
Yeah.
He goes, no, yeah, it was. I go, no, you didn't.
No, you did not.
I go, you did not see the Ramones in 1973, dude. But he's done it a few times, you know, and I'm like, no, you didn't. No, they weren't even around then. With different bands, too. I'm like, no. They weren't even around then. No, dude, I know I saw them, and I know exactly where I saw them. And
I'm tired of these stolen valor concert goers.
Yeah. I'm like, you didn't see them, you know.
Yeah, Woodstock's always the one people point out, like, I was at Woodstock. And if you go by that, there were 17 million people at Woodstock. If you go by the amount of people have said they went to Woodstock.
The same thing happened.
Biggest concert ever. 17 million people in one spot at one time.
It was like the Tokyo metro area.
Yeah, it's like all of Tokyo went to Woodstock at one time.
Same thing
one
happened
farm
when I
in upstate New York.
When I moved to Utah. I can't tell you how many times, probably 7 or 8 times, somebody told me that, their mom was almost one of Ted Bundy's victims.
Yeah.
And I remember this guy telling me it, and I go, dude, you're like 21 years old. And he's like, yeah. I go, so like you said your mom was in college? And he's like, yeah. I go, because Ted Bundy was here in like 76, like 10 or 12 years before you were born. So your mom's like, how old? Your mom must be like, 60 something. No, dude, she's like, 45. I go, yeah, right. So there's no way.
Yeah. Ted Bundy didn't pick up 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I'm like, your mom, dude, and
I mean, he was a lot of things, but he wasn't a pedophile guy.
No,
that.
Like
Ted Bundy was not a goddamn pedophile.
Actually, yeah, like
stop sullying his name.
Just like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was like, I am not a racist. Like he killed and ate people.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
But he was like, they were like, you ate a lot of black people. He got offended. Like, I'm not a racist. I'll eat anybody.
He
said that during the final closing arguments of his trial. Like, oh shit,
white boy, you right there, Whitey, I'll eat you.
It's like I just
trying to like bite
myself guilty,
trying to bite the bail.
Well, the one of the first conviction Bundy got for death.
Yeah,
because he didn't get death penalty, or he didn't get convicted of. The first one was because of Kimberly Leach, because she was 12, but he didn't know she was 12.
Oh,
he just grabbed a girl. By that time, he was like just completely insane, and he was down in Florida, like fucking breaking in everywhere. He saw her, grabbed her, and raped and killed her.
That's when he knew, like, look, man, I knew I had gone too far.
Yeah,
I might have killed 30 other people, but when I knew I had gone too far,
he didn't know the age of the girl, because it was near a college campus.
This is how you know, like, I need counseling.
Yeah.
He turns himself in. I need some counseling right now.
But yeah, I thought it was funny when I went out there.
All these women are raped and murdered were of age. Now I know that I got a problem.
Yeah, it was funny when I was out there out in Utah, and I told people, oh yeah, man, I read all about Bundy and serial killers. Yeah, my mom, man, she was like, she went to school there when Ted Bundy was there. I'm like, really? I'm like, you seem pretty young,
Yeah.
How old's your mom? I would get, how old's your mom?
There's
no way.
Was serial killer stolen valor.
I'm like,
what school was it that they went to?
University of Utah.
University of Utah was had
well, no, one guy said that, I go, your mom went to U, huh? He goes, no, she went to Utah State. I go, he didn't attack there.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If you go by that, they had an enrollment of about 250,000 students at Utah at that point.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
They said, oh, we were there. No,
well, it don't matter, Brian. You're trying to deny people their reality.
No, there was a lady that Rachel worked with that she said that when she was going to nursing school at the University of Utah was when he was there, and then when she started talking about it, I go after we were all hanging out, and after we left and went, I go, she lied. She's like, what do you mean? I go, she wasn't there when she was going to school there in like 1985. She's like, yeah. I go, Ted Bundy is long in prison by then.
Yeah, didn't they put him to death in like 89?
Yeah, they fried him by 89.
He was executed in January of 89.
Yeah.
She goes, really? I go, yeah. She goes, I go, no, he wasn't there. I go, he was convicted in Florida in like 80. I'm like, he wasn't even he was in Utah in the 70s.
Yeah.
You guys are denying people their truth.
Yeah, it's like,
you're denying them their truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing what people did to you with your Jimi Hendrix shirt right now.
Yeah, right.
With their
Yeah.
serial
What do
killer.
you know?
What do you know about Ted Bundy? He almost raped and killed me.
It's true.
Imagine being so ugly that, like, I was around John Wayne Gacy 8 or 9 times. He never did anything to me. That's how ugly of a kid I was. John Wayne Gacy would not rape and
He
kill
was
me.
not even attracted to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I must have been a fat, ugly kid. John Wayne would not rape and kill me. And you stuffed me under his fucking porch. I must have been gross.
It's true.
Everyone, but like the stolen valor thing is, it like goes to everything. There's people that like,
Oh yeah.
I was here, I was there. Like everybody lies about different events.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I never got.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
well, the big one for me was in the mid 2000s, probably like 2005 to 2008 range. There was a big stolen valor thing with MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Everybody was an MMA fighter.
Oh yeah.
Sure you
and,
did.
and I was at I'm at a bar and I'm sitting. For some reason, I ended up with a booth with people I didn't know because of Aaron.
Yeah.
And and like
Shocker.
there's this girl and a guy. They were fighting the whole night. Like he was doing the whole like grab her arm thing and yank her towards him because she was
Put her in a
getting
chokehold.
a little provocative.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, so like he needed to do what he had to do.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
But it was one of those things where they were trying to like make each other jealous. He went outside to flirt with other girls, and while she was doing that, she was totally like doing the twerk dance like on my lap. And
Yeah.
I'm not even good looking, so I know this is just to get him
She's
mad.
like looking, trying to find a window to see if he can see inside.
Yeah, and I picked her. She was like 90 pounds, hot as fuck, but still, I'm not dealing with this. I picked her up underneath her armpits because I was in shape at the time, and I just get over
Set
here.
her. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like and
Here, you go over there.
yeah, because I don't feel like dealing with this shit. You're
Yeah.
trying to make him mad because he's
Yeah.
scum. Whatever.
And then I'm gonna have to fight him.
Yeah, then he comes back in. He didn't see it or anything, and he sits down. And we were talking about MMA. Me, Aaron, and I think Craig, your brother.
Okay.
And we're like, yeah, Craig must have been there. I think he was. We were talking about MMA, and he's like, yeah, dude, I was in the WEC, which was the feeder league to the.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm 22-1. I'm like, and I totally watched WEC all the time. I was a huge fan of MMA. He's like, 22-1. I'm like, oh, what's your name? And he gave me his name, and I'm like, I just knew he's completely and totally lying.
Right.
22-1, never lost, and I'm like,
You get any title fights? No.
no, they had a thing against me, man.
Yeah.
He's
You're
one of
22-1.
he's one of those guys. I'm like, I've never seen you out there. He's like, oh yeah, I thought Doug Marshall. I'm like, it's one of those people that was lying so bad that I didn't even correct it. I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
He's fighting people like 3 weight classes above where he actually is.
Well, he said he was 205, and the guy was like 170, like not cutting weight.
Right.
170. I was like, dude, shut the fuck.
Yeah.
So there was a big stolen valor thing.
I do remember because like
All
there
the
was
tap-out shirts.
there was some guys that I had worked with that one in particular, like I'd see him like he was watching videos and I'd see him like fake fighting and stuff, and I'm like I go, are you playing like a game or something? And I thought maybe it's like
Doing like a weight
Yeah.
thing or
And
something.
he goes, no, man, I'm just like I'm all amped up, I'm training for MMA, and I'm like, oh, really?
Badass.
I'm like, oh,
What you know about any of it?
Yeah. But like I worked with the guy who did that Tough Man contest.
Yeah.
And like, he was all into training and everything. And like, I remember like the day after, like he got his ass fucking kicked. Okay. He got the shit kicked out of him, but he wasn't a fighter,
Yeah.
but he went and did it.
He did the real thing. Yeah.
And these guys at work were all ripping on him. They're all like, cause he wasn't there the next day. They're like, yeah, cause he's got his fucking ass fucking kicked. I go, would you do it? I go, he fucking went and did it, man. I go, that took balls.
Yeah, if you're actually gonna get in there, you're fucking badass.
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that took balls for him to fucking train and go in there and get his ass kicked. Yes, he got his ass kicked. You fucking he did, man.
Yeah.
But like, I remember when he came back to work, I was like, hey, man, I go, dude, I give you props, man, for doing it. He goes, dude, I got the shit kicked in my. I go, yeah, but I go, nobody else here would do that. I go, you trained for it. I go, I goes, if you don't get the shit kicked out of you, then how are you gonna fucking be better? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and he's like, yeah. He goes, that's they told me I should fucking keep doing it. I go, yeah, fuck yeah, man.
If you're brave enough to go in there and get beat up, you're tough.
Well, yeah, like the dude that he fought, like he won other shit, and he had been doing this for a long time. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, the guy that won in the Detroit one, it was a while ago. Harold, he's a customer of mine. He comes into my shop. Black guy, and I know a black guy want to fight, but and it's surprising. But yeah, he was like, he did like Golden Gloves training. He wasn't a Golden Gloves champ, but he did it for years. Mm-hmm. And he did the Tough Man and won it. And Frank went down there and saw him. Was like, yeah, some black guy that was a carpenter or a carpet guy. Like, yeah, that's Harold. He came in. I was like, he won. Like, yeah. So next time I saw Harold, I'm like, yeah, my buddy saw you win, man. But he had that. To go out there, though, like untrained is extremely brave because a lot of, like, Harold had training.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you're going to go out there and not know anything, and then this guy has, like, Golden Glove training, but because he doesn't have any official, like tally of what he did in the past, you don't know. So you were like a guy that just went to a gym and trained, and then this dude actually like had Golden Gloves. You're gonna get killed. Yeah,
like that dude. Like, I mean, he was. I was talking to him when he came back to work, and he said, he goes like after the fight, like these guys started talking to him. He goes, I'm gonna get this guy involved training me, who's gonna help me to fight. But then, like, I guess the dude was kind of fucked up because, like, he made the news the next year. He, like, he was all over some chick at a bar and fucking, like, she was like, no, and then left, and he followed her out.
How provocative was she dressed?
But, like, he fucking chased her down Gratiot in a car and fucking dragged her.
What was she wearing?
Yeah, I don't know. But he was like, he basically kept trying to drag her out of her car and get her into his car, and he got fucking arrested. And like that happened like right up at like Alibi.
Her fault.
They were probably hanging out at Dooley's beforehand.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I was like, I just read the article and I'm like, oh, I know that guy.
I mean, it's an assumption it was at Dooley's, but it's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah, but this was like probably close to 20 years ago. 20 years ago, probably.
So Wild Woodies.
Yeah, right. But I was like,
it happened there. Trust me.
I was like, whoa, dude. I go, I know that guy.
That's fucked up.
I'm like, yeah, I thought he was training for some fight and shit. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, he just I basically just wouldn't take no for an answer, I guess.
Cover up.
Yeah.
Sticking with the sports theme, we're talking about Tough Man.
Yeah.
Sports theme. We gotta do our Olympic update.
Okay.
The U.S. is winning.
Yeah.
But not gold medals, overall medals. We have the second most gold medals. China has the most.
Well, Mike, you had something on here, right?
But that's the thing. With China,
Americans all hate each other, and we still lead in the medal count.
And we can still, like, want to go out there. We want to quit. We can do everything and still get the most medals.
Yeah.
Like the one girl, Simone Biles, like, I'm not healthy. I'm done.
Yeah.
And we're still going to win.
And then her teammate ended up just taking gold.
Yeah.
We don't need to even care to win.
Yeah, we need to get those gold medals up.
Yeah, like she was the best, and then all of a sudden they put in the next person, and she won anyway.
Yeah. Like
her understudy is the best.
Yeah.
Also,
the girl that I beat to get here will beat you.
Yeah,
I'm tired. Like I'm gonna put her out here, and she's gonna beat your ass because I don't feel like hurting my knee.
We need to step up our gold medal game. We can't. I don't care about the overall. I do care about the overall, but I want more.
Chong.
I want more. I want more gold medals than the next best team.
How many events do they fucking invent for them Chinese people? Calculator test. What are we doing?
Rice. Something. I can't think of anything right now.
You get gold now.
Wow.
Oppressing the Citizens Award. What? I mean, what?
Yeah, that's the thing. Think about it. They're doing that, but they might hate each other, but they can't say it because the
Do they have suicide net jumping? Is that an Olympic event?
You
fucking
win
Apple
silver?
factory.
They
win
stay
silver?
in line because that's what China.
Rice
that's
counting. Morgan's right.
You win silver? You go back. You go back to the factory.
Wow. I did see a new event today, and I'd never seen it before. The U.S. didn't win it. It was mixed 4x200 or something race. So it's 2 men, 2 women on a relay team.
Well, America would win mixed anything.
Well,
So it was like foursome, twosome.
it was 4 people, 2 men, 2 women on the same team.
Okay.
And a man starts running, pass off the baton to a woman, then they run, and then pass it off to a man,
Right.
and then he runs and passes off to a woman, and that's the end of the race.
Okay.
So I don't know what the distance was, but it was a relay team,
Gotcha.
mixed race,
Well,
not
this
mixed
was-
race, mixed ethnicity relay team.
Mixed gender.
We'll win mixed race anything.
Poland won.
Really?
Yeah, US, I don't even know if US.
Yeah, but all their women are men there, so.
they didn't look like men to me.
Oh, okay.
Some-
Well, I was just kidding. Anyway, but.
Butt cheeks sticking out of their shorts.
Okay, so like this year though was the first time they did skateboarding. Is a
Japanese guy won.
yeah, they did skateboarding, and then they
The American,
How do we lose at
the
skateboarding?
American hopeful fell 4 times. Nigel Houston.
that's
God
why
damn it, Houston.
Nigel Houston.
Nigel Houston, who has been a pro since he was 12.
Thanks.
Thanks,
He had
dude.
his first. He had
Loser.
no, he younger than that even. 94.
You embarrass Old Glory.
He was a pro from the time he was 9. He had his own company from the time he was 11.
Yeah, take that company away from him for failing.
It's just he fell. Kevin Hart.
Wait,
Kevin
who
Hart,
won?
Japanese guy.
Oh no, fuck that, man.
Men and women.
You lose.
Men
you
and
lose.
women.
You lose your company.
We
No more
still
money.
have the most medals.
Yeah, but
We still.
We had the
but
most medals.
we
It's
didn't win the
just-
skateboarding, so
We did not. But in our defense, they're smaller, which means they can go faster and
Oh.
jump higher.
But we haven't got to the wrestling yet.
No.
We'll
And
get
plus,
to the-
they're like we're gonna win shot put because that guy's fucking. Have you seen the shot put
Yeah,
guy?
we're gonna win the
Krauser?
shot. We're gonna win the wrestling.
Krauser.
Yeah.
He's German.
Well,
We're-
he has blonde hair, blue eyes.
He's our German. He's our German.
But he's from,
We
I think he's from
created
Oregon.
him in our lab.
Yeah.
Like you know how when someone breaks a world record, like they'll break it, it's just like an increment. It's like they beat it by like a tenth of a second.
We created them in our lab.
He did it, and he had the world
Not a
record. He's like, I feel like beating my own world record today. He beat it by like 3.5 feet.
Oh damn.
That's right.
He just like I feel
So
like it
have
today.
they-
Just wow.
Have they played the basketball yet?
Yeah, the U.S. did lose a game.
The Fuhrer did not.
They lost to France, I think.
How does America lose in the basketball?
they have a bunch of NBA players too.
It's who?
They have-
Oh yeah, because they can.
They have black guys too.
That's the thing. That's the competition is kind of
Yeah, they
evened up
play
a
for
little
their
bit.
respective country.
That's why people are like,
which is-
we need to send the college guys again.
You-
No, we'll lose.
You shouldn't be able to play for another country if you play for an American team professionally and get paid for it. You shouldn't be able to play for your home country.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Dad.
I'm just saying it because
But we've
'Cause I want
we've
us to
won,
win the
We've won
gold.
since then because
Yeah,
you're not
okay.
out if you lose. But,
right.
There's the Group A, Group B, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Like all the hockey.
But we need to
players
win
that play in NHL. Then they play for their respective countries.
But we're winning the Olympics right now,
and we're gonna win.
and we'll probably end up winning by a pretty good margin.
And after the wrestling,
Yeah,
we're gonna fuck shit stop.
wrestling.
Yeah.
And
All right, guys.
shot put.
We already
It's about time.
gave a rest in peace to the Honorable Joey Jordison.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Lamar Latrello's in the javelin throw.
Mike Howe of Metal Church, rest in peace.
Yes.
Thanks for
And-
writing all those Metallica songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dusty Hill of ZZ Top.
Yes.
And this is Sharp Dressed Man.
He
Radio
was-
Underground, follow us at radiounderground.co. I'm not going to give all our social shit. Radiounderground.co. Follow us. Please.
I
Lose you, and I don't know where I'm going to scared. 'Cause every girl crazy about a shot that's me. About a shot.